Welcome to HunterXHunter D&D Episode 1. Thank you guys for being here. We have Charlie Menderp as Alice, Dr. Dankbra as Thorfin, and Evil User as Ryder.
The Princess Wave.
Yeah.
The Princess Wave.
Princess Wave.
The friend.
So, I guess we'll go down to Charlie Menderp. Do you want to let us know about your background at all?
Nope.
Not at all.
I'm an old lady, but I look pretty fine.
I heard that before. I heard that rap before. Who is that?
Madonna.
Madonna? Is that what you said?
I'm pretty cool. I'm a pretty cool person. That's it.
Okay.
Pretty cool person.
Old broad.
You're old. I'm an old broad.
So, like, just pulling the Naruto thing. You're really...
Like Lady Sonata, just
Okay.
like big titty in my way around the world.
Big titty in my way around the world. Okay.
I have a feeling I know where all her wealth came from.
Alright, Dr. Dankbra, Thorfin. Oh, what are you at least?
I got pointy ears.
About 20 years?
I'm pretty tall.
Okay. Pretty tall, pointy ears. That's all she's given. That's all she's given. You're gonna have to figure it out as we go. Alright, Dr. Dankbra, Thorfin.
I'm a tall, kind of lanky monk-looking dude who
got some
just
cool robes?
kind of goes around and helps people. No, not cool clothes. I just
Okay.
kind of dingy, look like me. I don't know. I'm not fancy. I'm poor.
Okay.
Alright.
And you're poor. What's your background, though? What have you been doing?
I lived in a very North Korea-like.
Okay.
Without
What was the
getting
name of the
political.
place?
East Corto.
East Corto. Okay. And we're doing this 10 years. This is going to be 10 years before Gon leaves this island. So this is still a while.
He's pooping in his diapers.
Things are going on. Yeah, he's still pooping in his diapers. I think he is
No,
around.
he was out of diapers before he was 2. Scum we're talking about.
Well, I guess, yeah probably.
Classic
He was
OG,
pooping in the
right?
trees.
Diapers.
He was pooping in the
Yo,
trees.
what's up, my Gato?
My
Will the
Gato.
Beast, Hidden Llama. Thank you guys for being here.
I love Hidden
Okay, so you
Llama.
left a harsh spot, and you're overall traveling and ended up kind of getting stuck in the wilderness. But you both of you found your way of finding where the HunterXHunter exam's supposed to start. You got some coordinates, and that's where you guys were headed so far.
Oh.
I like
Both of you
maps.
guys were wanting to hit the Hunter exam, correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna map my way out.
All right, and Ryder, Evil User, what is your background?
Well, I'm a very large gentleman. I'm a Goliath from the Miri Mountains, which is pretty high up. Always snow, kind of thing.
It's actually right beside
Yeah, right beside his crazy
Porto.
place that I don't want to go to. I try
Oh,
to
you
stay
live in
away.
a crazy place?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I left there because I also
They don't like poor
heard
people.
about the hunter exam.
it's very one person controlling everything. Everything seemed peaceful, but there's bloodbaths every now and then where he's at.
Dictator totalitarian.
Yo,
Yeah.
Jazak, welcome.
Yeah, I do not want to go where you grown up. I'll say that. I steer clear from.
Yeah,
I see that place from my mountain.
Oh.
I don't want to go back.
I don't want to go back.
My place is just kind of like, there's a lot of clam chowder and boat.
A lot of clam chowder.
There's like a lot of cliffs, and it's just real quiet.
If you're
It's
allergic
nice.
allergic to shellfish, you wouldn't really want to.
That's why I picked it, because I'm allergic to shellfish in real life, and I just want to. I feel like my fantasy includes me being able to eat lobster
Every day. Right now we're about to do some HunterXHunter D&D. We are just starting. We're actually just at the point where we're kind of explaining who everyone is. I am the Dungeon Master here. So I am in my Dungeon Master garb. We're about to just get things started. We see that the backgrounds so far are pretty different. One from East Corto, one from the mountains. East Corto being a very, the government there is really oppressive on the people. Mike from the mountains. He's pretty close to Escorto and kind of steers away from that, but is a Goliath and lives from there. And then the Charlie Menderp's Alice, she comes from a place that has chowder. She came from she's actually really a lot older in the place that she comes from. But she comes, I guess, from a way different background than both of them. So far, all of you guys...
Sounds like we all have different backgrounds from each other.
Yeah, there's actually a lot that you guys... I didn't expect you
different.
guys to hide as much as you are from each other. There's definitely a lot more going on to all y'all's backgrounds that you guys created. But you're being very secretive, which is fine. You guys haven't even ran into each other as a party. So I understand not wanting to show any of that. So far, all of you wanted to find your way to the Hunter exam. And in your own way, you found where the coordinates were to get things started, basically. It was a long travel for everyone except for Charlotte. Charlotte was kind of close to the area as compared to everybody else and just needed to move south some. But all of you ended up near that area. So, we're going to start where you guys are all ending up starting there. But first we got to do we got to do let's get things started. Now we're about to start HunterXHunter DND with Thorfin, Alice, and Ryder. Let's see how this goes, guys. This is going to be obviously experimental from normal D&D, but things are just going to be reskinned a bit so that basically we're using the 5th edition rules. And everything should actually move pretty smoothly because 5th edition is really easy to play with, and you guys have all played 5th edition before. So, strange beast and monsters, vast riches, hidden treasures, evil haunts, uncharted frontiers, the mysterious unknown. The people captivated by the magic of those words are called
Hunters.
Hunters.
Hunters. Yes. And what's up, Game of Thorns? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay. So this is actually 10 years before Gon takes his Hunter exam. So they're going to be the 277th Hunter exam. You guys were told to all travel to the farms of Mini-All.
Did you try on the first one as well? You said you were old.
No, this is everyone's first exam.
I was being a sarcastic ass.
Oh, because I'm an old lady.
So you don't want to reveal how old you are. How old are you guys?
How old I look? I'm
You look like a huge Goliath.
I'm
You look like
8 foot.
like if compared to Leorio and yo, what's up, King Ted, and
King
everybody
Ted.
and like everyone wondering how he looks. Like, I mean, you look damn adult. Like, you look adult.
Are
You're
you
a big
16?
boy.
Are you 16?
No, I'm not 16. That's insulting.
He's not 16. That is
How's
insulting.
that insulting? You're not.
Jack, how about your character? How does he look as compared to his age?
I probably look my age.
You look your age. You look pretty young. Prepubescent?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not-
Just wanted to make
I'm
sure.
not
You
gone.
guys didn't give a lot of background or appearance. I'm trying to flesh this out.
No,
All right.
I got a little bit.
A little
shit
bit of
coming
struggle.
in.
Okay. So you were told to travel to the farms of Mini-All, and the coordinates lead you to a silo. And I mean, you see like lettuce and things like that can actually be like farmed. It's a little bit more of the winter time, kind of the end of winter, because it's close to January of when the 277th Hunter exams are about to begin. So at the farms of Mini-All, you guys are all end up actually showing up around the same time. The 3 of you. And all you see is a silo so far, and it's just the 3 of you. It doesn't really seem like any entrances there.
Can I do a
Silo, like, a
Water.
huge, like one of those huge silver towers.
Oh, like with water or like...
Like it's just, you don't know what's in it, but it's like one of the ones that have a door at the bottom, and it's like a huge silver bullet, it looks like, standing.
Oh, okay.
No, huge silver bullet. It's pretty massive.
Anything else around it?
You see that, in the distance, there's some people that actually seem to be working and doing their normal farm work, but it's a bit further from the coordinates. The coordinates seem to be on top of the silo.
Alright.
Yo, what up, Static? Welcome.
Can I
Static! You didn't
can I
miss
like
much.
patrol the silo? Can I walk around and see if there's any entrances? Or
You said we saw a door.
Oh, did you?
No. There was an entrance that you guys
At
saw
the
so
bottom,
far.
right?
I did describe a door at the bottom the
Yes.
second time. Okay, you guys find the door. The second after
I'm glad you
further
caught that. I missed
inspection,
that.
after further inspection,
Yes.
there is a door that you guys seem to find at the bottom. The three of you there. I mean, one person starts circling it. Do you guys say anything to each other? Is it's just the three of you so far?
Did we walk down
Oh,
there?
I didn't even notice that they were there.
Yeah,
I'm,
I noticed.
Is your perception terrible? Like you only see.
Well,
at eye level. You
Yeah.
just look,
and
you look down on
all the
everyone.
important things I can look at, eye to eye. So.
Oh wow! How tall are you again?
I'm 8 foot tall. So.
Eight.
I'm 6'3".
It still hasn't moved on there. So.
I wave my hand in front of your face.
We'll keep an eye out for the pizza. We'll get the pizza, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully.
No, my perception is all right.
Okay.
I should be
You're
able
just
to.
not bothering to.
Yeah, I guess
There's moving objects around you. Then you should at least notice.
I just figured, they're probably here for the same reason as me.
Okay, and no reason to talk to the first couple people here.
look, see what they're gonna do.
I wanna straight up just be
I'm not gonna boast.
hi.
Hi.
Just be like, hello.
I'll wave.
Hello.
Big guy waves at you.
Hey. How are you? You here for the hunter exam?
Yeah.
Do you know where we're going? Because I have
Absolutely
the bloodiest
not.
fucking nothing.
Absolutely not.
Let's follow the big bloke and see what he does.
Are they at the door? Because I was like you said,
You were walking,
around.
and I'll say that it's easy for them to find the door because you're the big guy that's kind of at the door.
It's okay, but you said that the coordinates was the silo.
Was
Well,
the
you
silo?
said, well,
Yes.
So
it's just
I'm-
a huge silo, way bigger than you guys would see. Like I say, 4 times bigger than what.
something we could
huge.
climb or
It's
climb
very
on.
smooth.
Oh.
It's smooth all the way up. It's a bullet. There's just
Yeah,
Trying
so
to figure out
I'm
how
thinking
to
we
use
should just
this.
go in. That's probably. I'm gonna try to see if I can
There
open
you
or
go.
go in the door. I'm sure I can open it.
Why don't
Alright.
you knock? It's rude.
It's a giant silo in the middle of nowhere.
But there's people around. If you knock, you have the biggest hands. Could you knock, please?
I guess I'll knock.
So you see this guy about to try to grab the door, and
Rip it off at you.
Alice is like, "Hey, can you just knock?" And he goes, "Oh." All right, knocks on the door, and you actually hear, "Yes,
May I come in?
please,
We-
just wait until the other examinees are here, and we'll let you all in at once. We have something very special for all of you."
All right.
And you do see as you turn around, there's some more people, sitting there. Dodge! There's some more people sitting there, all hanging out with each other. And, they're starting to, they're sitting there picking their fingers. One's kind of just sitting down, but he's doing a real, looking like a badass. Just kind of he's got a cool stance and looking up into the sky. Kind of being over dramatic, but he's here for the hunter's exam. He's showing that he's here for the hunter's exam. He's
That guy.
ready.
God, I almost want to go kick his foot out from under and test it out, but I'm not gonna be a dick.
Little small kind of group of younger people, I say 15, are all just gathered together that all seem excited to be here, and slowly more and more people start to show up.
I just like
Children.
to sit in the shadow on the side of the silo and just wait.
Don't really want to talk to any of these guys. First, so he said hi to these
I
guys.
just want to
but-
observe
Say hi to
everybody.
me, though.
Well, you look
okay.
friendly.
No, that's fine.
We be friends then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so y'all sit in the shadows together.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
chill in the shade, hang out.
I'll just sit where it's convenient.
So you're just kind of wait. You know what's going on, so you're waiting by the door. So as you guys were scanning around, you actually see that there is a sign that says "Enter here," right behind where you were just standing. It just is kind of there now.
Oh, great.
I guess we.
I don't like this bait. I don't like this bait. It doesn't seem.
It's like you made me turn around literally to wait for 1 minute, and then you're gonna let me.
Yeah, you turned around, you waited.
don't-
Well, so more people
I don't
showed
want to
up.
go in first.
Everyone's here.
Why
I wanna
don't
go
you
in first.
point it out to the other people showing up?
Yeah.
See what
So
happens.
before you get a chance to pipe up as you're wondering what to do, some dude that was the one that was picking his fingers and trying to look cool while sitting against the tree like. He comes up and he's like, "What are you doing? Don't you see the sign, you big dummy?" He kind of knocks you to the side and opens the door, and it opens right up for him. He kind of scoffs at you and walks in.
Wait, the door we were at and knocking on, or
Yep.
the one with the exit? Or
The door that
That's
you
the
guys
same
are just
same
at
door.
knocking on.
I guess I'll go.
Okay, you guys end up following in, and you see the hordes of attendees are starting to come in, and more of the Hunter exam attendees are starting to come in. Are you guys also going in as well?
I'm gonna wait outside.
Waiting outside?
The lady said to wait outside.
No, there was an enter here sign that appeared.
Well, when we knocked,
Literally, that's why I was
Yeah,
upset.
it appeared.
That's why I was upset before. That's why I said you literally made me wait 1 minute before allowing me to come in. You made me turn around.
Yeah, something that was definitely not there before that kind of shows to go in is there now.
I want to slip into the middle of the group.
Slipping into the
Yeah,
middle,
I'm
popping
gonna
in at the
wait.
end, going in right at the beginning. Okay, so when you enter, yo, Tali, welcome. Thank you so much for being
Hey,
here.
Tali.
We're actually just getting to the point where they have found where they were supposed to get information of where the Hunter exam starts. They've all walked in at different times. They had to wait to get in there for a second. It's at a huge silo at a farm of many all. And so when you guys enter the silo, you see a huge buffet fit for a king. Or queen. Meats of every kind, cakes and ice cream, beers, ales, whiskeys, wine, anything that you can imagine. And butlers walk up to you, I guess Michael first, and he goes, "Please follow me, I'll take you to your seat."
So it came up to me
Mhm.
out of nowhere.
Mhm.
It better be a big seat. That's all I'm saying. I better have a lot
You
of
get a
room at this
whole
seat.
couch to yourself.
Okay.
I'll follow the guy.
He follows the guy, and as you're following, he's pretty much like, anything that your eye can see, I'll go get for you. What would you like?
I don't want it.
Drink, eats,
I'm good.
sweets?
I want to sit down.
You're not going to take any of the Hunter exam food?
Not
It's
hungry.
laid out in the most exquisite of ways.
You lost the sale. Stop.
Oh my goodness, okay. Okay, big guy, sit here, I'll get you something nice. He comes and he still brings you a soup. He's like, maybe something light? You gotta upset tummy? There you go.
I will take the soup from him.
Okay. Good guy. Alright, now I guess you were in the middle, you end up coming up, he's like, "Oh, hello! Please follow me, I'll take you to your seat."
That's
He
alright.
moves very slickly and with ease, just expecting you to come and follow.
Everybody's so nervous about this.
No, I see that big bloke. I like the big bloke. I'm gonna go sit with him. Is that
You wanna
alright?
go sit with
Yep,
the big...
I'm
Oh,
gonna-
no problem. Oh, maybe you'll get him to lighten up some. What would you like to eat?
Oh, I'm
Drink.
good. I'm good. I ate on my way in.
Sweets.
That's creepy as hell. I'll just go over by the big bloke. I'll just hang out with him. You got ale?
Yes.
Ooh, I'll take a tankard.
Tankard of ale. No pretzels or something? Just ale?
Just ale.
Oh, my God. Beast. Okay. Comes with the right away with the L. And it swoops in faster than you can believe. He's just very quick, very delicate. Going in and goes to the last person that is coming in. Yes, ma'am. Where can I take you? Come in. I'll take you to your seat. We got a nice private area.
Okay. I see my friend.
You have friends here as well. Oh my goodness. So many hunters coming in packs. Is Thorfin British? Is what Static does.
That
We-
doesn't
we
exist
don't
in
know.
this universe.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind
we
of
don't
does.
Ish.
No,
There's languages.
it's a different name, different
It's-
languages, but it's not called British. He's not called British.
Sure.
So do I get to go sit with my friends?
Sit with your friends. Yes,
During
yes.
that room?
You lead the way
Is that how all
then.
the people
If
talk
you
over
see
in,
them, I'll
you
follow
know,
you. And he's
North
zipping
Korea?
around. So what would you like me to grab you? Drinks, ales,
Okay,
wells.
I'm gonna
Can you
grab
imagine?
him by his arm, like
Kid
I'm gonna
Photo
put
comes
my
out.
arm in his arm because I love this whole thing he's doing.
You go to grab him.
No, not like I'm gonna do like this, like put my hand.
You gonna try to
like
seduce the butler?
Are you seducing the butler?
like he's leading the way.
Oh, got you. Okay, you You feel like that it's real cold.
Okay.
He's had a real cold to his touch.
Okay.
Alright, he runs along and it just seems to push past super fast. Just shoot.
Okay, and like,
That's
my
creepy.
seat?
Yes, and was there anything that you would like?
I ate so much before I came because it was a long journey.
Nothing to pack?
No, but I
Ribs.
mean, if you have anything I can take with me, I would.
Ratatouille's gonna be so upset no one's eating.
No, but no, I mean, I'll take something, but I'm not hungry now. Can I have something for later?
Yes. List it away.
Okay,
Listen.
I would love some fresh bread.
Bread.
I love bread.
Bread.
And
He sounds so excited.
Maybe-
Bread.
maybe with some jam?
Bread and jams.
Maybe, and like, can I put it in my pack and
Quite
take
proper.
it
Who raised you folk?
with me?
Y'all are a silly lot. I'm coming with bread and jams. Do you need another L? By then, it's been a bit because she was one of the last people walking in.
It's been a bit. Okay.
Can I get 2?
Okay,
Did you eat
coming
your
in with
soup?
2.
Can I hand him the cold soup and tell him I'm done?
The cold soup.
He didn't even eat
I
it.
was there first, so by the time you
I'm
got
gonna
there,
be like, I'll take some of that to go too.
He just sighs, yes, to go, bread and soup. More L. At least we got a
everybody-
partier among the group.
Is everybody else?
Wait,
eating
we're
it?
partying?
Yeah,
Oh,
everybody
they're pretty
else
strong
is
ales,
eating and
like,
drinking. They're stuffing their
50%.
faces.
I don't accept food. Like, okay, out of game, I don't accept food from the Fae, and I've learned a long time ago if they offer you food, just do not eat it. Don't
Yeah.
put anything inside of you that like
They
you can
are.
drink.
Everyone that you see is stuffing their faces, just having a good time. It's like, yeah, we did it. We found where the hunter exams start.
That's a bad idea.
Woo! I'm glad they're happy.
So finally, someone speaks up that's been drinking a bit more than Dr. Dankbrook.
Oh, good. I was about to say, I haven't been drinking that much.
So
3
what's
shit.
going on here? What? We're supposed to get the information. He goes, yes, you are quite right. Let me go start everything. And you go and see that he goes and dims the lights and said, everyone remain seated. We're about to start the presentation.
Oh, great. Oh, God. This
Okay.
guy's creepier and creepier.
So,
the butler, like
The butler did it.
have a.
He
let's
was.
see. You guys are already friendly and sitting with each other. Look at y'all, though. Look at you guys.
Well, I want to find out more about where he's from.
Okay. So suddenly, metal straps clamp down on everyone's shoulders.
Should have even sat down. Damn it.
The table falls to the floor in front of you. Zoop! Like it just like something comes out and mechanically takes it down. You see that all the butlers are kind of zipping around in a weird fashion. All of you have a really high passive perception, enough to see that you see that they're kind of fading in and out. That all the butlers were holograms on top of just weird robot arms that were just going and grabbing stuff real quick. The people you were seeing themselves were holograms that were serving you the entire time. And that's
You didn't
why-
notice that?
But
You
the
touched
other,
it?
how many people
It was
that?
really
Didn't
cold.
feel right.
It was really cold when she touched
Yeah,
it.
it was the arm, I guess. That was the part.
Yeah, all she did was touch the arm that was the actual retractable thing.
Wait,
That's
so
pretty
if
much
our-
all it is that and then that to the ground is all that there was. And she's like, well, I just want to hold it like an arm. I'm like, well, you can do that. Okay, there you go.
So we don't notice it until this presentation because the light changed or something.
Well, they're zipping around and it seems like the power's going elsewhere. So the tables fall to the floor and the chairs that you're strapped in slam into the wall. So all 3 of y'all are beside each other coincidentally, because you're sitting beside each other. Everything begins to shake. The entire silo begins to shake. And you hear a voice come over an intercom that's like behind y'all's heads. It says, good afternoon, Hunter
We're going to
wannabes.
space.
I hope you enjoyed your lunch, because there's a 50% chance that we're all gonna die today. Well, it looks like that we're strapped in and skies are looking clear, engines are prime, and the entire building just starts shaking, and everyone is about to need to roll their constitution because you're just gonna start taking off into the sky in what appears to
I
be
feel like yours is like.
Did I ever
plane
get my
inside
bread
Oh,
of
and
really?
silo.
jam?
Is it?
You got your bread and jam, but it just went because
Inside
it was
my
just
bag?
to go. Okay. You had time to put it in your bag. We'll put it in your bag.
Good thing I didn't drink more.
Oh man.
So if you drank or ate anything,
I was
your
about to
first
say.
roll is going to be at disadvantage.
What? I didn't drink that much. Ow.
Because it was actually laced with something that's supposed to make you a little bit messed up for this purpose.
I'm resistant. Poison. Oh, I'm just good.
Alright, so where are we rolling it? Where did you want us to roll? Or are we just rolling it on our...
Yeah, you guys can
Is this
go
yours?
ahead and roll. Yeah, that's mine right
Where's
there.
mine?
Your purple.
Yours should be right here.
Alright, well...
Yo, what's up, Luna? We actually just got to their first roll. What's going on right now is that they just reached... How you looking, buddy?
You said I get disadvantage?
You get disadvantage, so 2 rolls and you have to take the lowest.
Oh, thank God. Well, no, actually, that wasn't much better.
Yeah, you take the lowest of the 2 with disadvantage.
11.
11. That actually isn't bad for the first roll. It's
Could have
just
been 12.
So in all the rest of the rolls, it's only the first one that caught you off guard from drinking. Mike? Ooh, 19 plus yours.
Nothing. Plus nothing.
Plus nothing? Okay. Mike, yours is plus nothing, I believe.
Or yeah, Constitution. Yeah, plus nothing.
So
So,
Mike
8.
is the first one to fail.
Ooh.
So what happened is that the plane is taking off. They were just being served dinner, and everyone thought that they were there to get directions to the hunter exams. And something came up over the intercom saying that they were not quite ready, that they were actually going to take off and take their way to the hunter exams. And hello to all players
And
in
a fucking
chat.
rocket ship. That's why it was shaped like that. Oh.
Why
And
did you
that's-
blow chunks
it
all over my brand new shoes, mate?
At least it wasn't a lot of them.
You didn't even eat.
I know.
You should have just ate.
I
Wait,
know, I failed, and I didn't.
you didn't have disadvantage and you still failed.
Yes.
Oh, good God.
I was surprised. I've never been on one of these things before.
He's never been on a rocket. He lives on a mountain.
That's true.
It's like
It
a
is true.
dwarf.
You got
Dwarfs
motion
don't fly.
sickness.
He's just a
You
tall
got the
dwarf.
motion sickness. I have one of these.
So, Mike, you failed your first roll,
Oh wait.
which you
That's the
indeed
big
throw
piece. I'll
up.
just take that.
Despite...
If you're
Which
back.
I almost feel like is worse when your
I
stomach
want
is
this
empty.
one. It has veggies.
So, were you like in between the 2, Mike, or was it, I guess, sitting like this where you're only beside?
Yeah, I'm only beside this guy.
You're
Yeah,
only
yeah,
beside Thorfin.
He puked
So,
But it's not a lot. I didn't eat anything.
so Mike pukes up. It's real. Oh, it's really from the bottom of his stomach. He hasn't eaten in a while, as he said. So it's kind of the worst stuff. And like I said, it's bile, man. It's nasty. He pukes up. It's close to you. It only gets a little bit on you. It gets mostly on himself because he's strapped in and he is not feeling well. Actually, I don't know. He feels a little bit better after he threw up. He's doing fine. He's doing fine.
My shoes aren't.
So, you actually hear that the silo feels like it's really not holding together very well. Like it's shaking.
Oh jeez.
The engine, you swear that you heard like already an engine explode outside, and a speaker comes over and says, "Wow, this thing's actually flying." Okay, I'm gonna do something stupid. Everybody hold on, and you guys need to do another Constitution save.
Oh my
as
God.
things just seem to just start flipping everywhere. All the people that are around you, as far as the other hunters, are freaking the fuck out. All of them are throwing up, looking dizzy. There's a guy that's like closest to Mike, since Charlotte's at the end where there's no one beside her. The people that was on the other table is beside Mike, and he's just looking at you like, and you can't even hear what he's saying because there's just so much shaking. He just, and
So I'm from the mountains. I've never seen anything like this before. My intelligence isn't that high. Like I'm taking it as it comes. But when that guy said, "Hold on," can I make a reaction to hold on before I roll this to maybe give myself advantage or anything?
you know what? We'll give you advantage this time. Sure, since you thought of actually holding on like a roller coaster and you're freaking out.
A 17. The 11 was the other.
So you're actually good. I see that Charlotte crit failed.
Great, more shoes.
Which anybody that knows this game, let's go ahead and take a look at the rolls real quick. I haven't been showing you guys. You actually got Charlotte that crit failed over here. And how did you do? I can't really see. This would actually help me. 5? No pluses?
Oh, +1.
+1, a 6. Yeah, that is not that good in a Constitution saving roll. I'll go ahead and let you guys know that the way that this is going so far is that they kind of get steadily worse with
Oh,
what
God.
he's doing, because it was just the takeoff at first. But it was only the food only would have messed with you the first roll, so it wasn't so mean. So Charlotte failing with her doing a 1 actually makes it so she kind of fails twice with this. So she ends up throwing up and she gets dizzy. So dizzy is making it so that when she rolls to try to move, pretty much anytime she tries to move, she has to roll for the next minute. Until she kind of shakes this off. It could get off maybe a bit further than a minute if she could think of something, maybe splash some water on her face, have someone shake her. I don't know.
Sit down.
Oh, the music's still playing. Thank you. Have someone shake her, maybe like kind of get her out of it or something. But right now she is immediately to dizzy. And Thorfin, you do your first throwing up. Who's flying this thing? Sid from fucking Final Fantasy 7? So every one of y'all threw up so far. So it's actually, you guys aren't looking too good in front of you.
Revenge.
So when you roll a d20, Charlotte, if you roll a 9 or under, you fall prone. If you roll a 10 or above, you move where you want to.
Are we
that ends your
strapped to the
movement
wall?
no matter what. So if you're dizzy and you roll a 9 or under, you'll just fall to the ground. And next movement, you have to spend half your movement just getting up to try to move again. And it's sucky. So you guys only got one more roll to get through, okay? Okay? Charlotte, don't roll another one. I'm gonna tell you that. Alright? So you feel the plane begin to dive like you're plummeting towards the earth. A small piece of the wall falls off and you actually see someone fall out of it. No one saves them, unless you guys want to try somehow. You're
holding
strapped
on.
down.
I'm holding on.
It's really, I mean, in order to try, you would have to break free somehow, and then...
I mean,
I could. But I'm not going to. I'm going to stay right here.
My question is, how bright is it outside?
Can I reach my backpack or anything? Like,
it's still bright. It was early morning when you guys left, and it's still, like, looking bright in the sky outside. Like, it's more like noonish, like you traveled a bit, but not too far. You don't know how long it's been. It's kind of been a hectic ride. A small piece of the wall falls off and someone tumbles out of the plane, and you think you hear another engine blow. Roll one more con save. Here we go, guys. Last con save.
I could have saved him too, but it's like
5.
15, 5.
12.
12. Looking good.
I'm puking again.
Actually, no, Mike, sorry. It was a 13 this time with the plummeting down.
We puked.
So, Charlotte, you stay just at the dizzy state for now, and you don't get any worse. Thank goodness. Because she probably... The next step would have been... she would have just... You guys would have had to wake her up. She would have passed out for a second. Just too much for her. So you're fine, other than that you're dizzy here in a second, that still is going to come into play. Dr. Danefro, you reached the point of dizzy. Right, you rolled another low?
4.
Okay.
5 with my...
And you don't have any pluses, Mike, right?
I don't.
So it is a 12 and it was a 13. So actually, all of you are dizzy. All of you have reached the point of dizzy, which means if you when you try to use your movement right now here in a second, when you roll 9 or under, you fall prone automatically. It ends your movement. 10 plus, you can move where you want to. All right? All right. Everyone else around you is passed out cold. So you guys are looking, even though you're kind of like seeing double of everything, everyone else around you is passed out cold and you're at least able to kind of see what's going on. Okay. So you find that the plane is hovering over an island and a small door opens in the center of the huge area, even though it's real kind of nasty in some spots. Everyone gets let go and a lot of people just fall down. You guys kind of center yourself. You see that a wall opens up revealing parachutes. And the voice on the intercom goes, "Hello, is anyone awake down there? We reached our destination. Somewhere on that island is your first step to becoming a hunter. If you survive this, I believe in you. Shoot down!"
I guess
you realize that it's really only begun and you have no idea where the first exam really starts, but he pointed you in the right direction, which is this island.
I guess I'm gonna roll to move to see if I don't fall down.
Okay, yeah, it's not that far away. It's 35. So, like, if you were able to move and dash, you can dash to the parachute and dash out. But don't forget the parachute, unless you got something up your sleeve I can't think of. With a live or die, only Monokuma or Junko know. You also hear him come over the intercom and say, "We only have a minute before it's too late to shoot."
Going for the parachute.
So going for the parachute,
19.
you gotta roll to move. You're good to move. You can get to the chute and to the hole. I don't know if you want to go ahead and jump or turn around and
Is
see
it a
how everyone else is
constitution?
doing. It's just a regular D20, no constitution.
14.
Rules to dizzy or to their own. You try to get up out of your seat and you fall down and happen to catch yourself and woo, shaking that off. You're right in front of your seat. I don't know how far you went past the parachute, but you could turn around and see that she is still on the ground. Maybe help her up if you want to, and that will make it so that she doesn't have to use half of her movement just to get up next round. Mike, what was your roll?
14.
14. You're able to move where you want as well. You actually rolled less, so do you want to try to use your strength to go ahead and at least pick her up?
On
Yeah.
your way by.
How much do you weigh?
Actually, how much do you weigh? He could probably just drag you.
What was it, like 190 or something?
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab her foot.
So he's not even going to pick you up. He's just going to grab your foot and drag you. Since he's big enough, it really doesn't hinder his movement one bit at that
She's
drag
just gonna
rate.
grab his parachute, keep dragging her to the hole, jump, and just carry her down by her foot.
Yeah, he can with his full movement.
Well,
dash,
I
could.
actually can run up, and then I have the grapple, and since she's incapacitated, I could grapple her, and she can't get away until I land. And then I'll go ahead and jump out. She'll have to parachute.
She's really gonna have to get her own parachute.
All right, so you guys got parachutes and you're by the hole.
Can you
So-
carry her upside down?
Everyone needs.
I can-
This is only one more movement to
Like
get
a
out
laugh on the
there,
way down.
and it's going to be your choice. You're
Just
going to
don't
get.
drop me on my head.
Don't-
please.
don't- think-
There's no way I can drop you when you're grappled if you're
Okay.
incapacitated.
Yeah, this is a sure fall to your death if for some reason the parachute doesn't work out. It's gonna be.
Well, if
let me
that's the
let you
case,
know-
I'm using you as a
Distraction
cushion.
or execute.
Let me let you know.
Hold
I let you guys. It's going to be really hard for you to fail with the parachutes now that they're on you and you're at the hole. But you do have to choose between. I think it's.
Wait, we're
athletics.
supposed to put the parachute on before we jump out of the hole?
Oh my goodness.
You better be a quick.
I'm from the country. I just figured the
I'm a
parachute did
little
its
bit.
thing.
You're
We're gonna
choose
give
between
you.
acrobatics and what?
You know, you can.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna nail this.
I don't know what a
because
parachute
Between
actually is.
acrobatics or athletics, so it kind of gives you a choice between strength or dex. So acrobatics or athletics when you're trying to get down here and kind of like safely just get yourself to your cord and get ready to pull it when you want to.
Do I have to do it?
Everyone has to do their own acrobatics or athletics to jump out of this hole.
Even though she's
Even
incapacitated
though
and being
She's
dragged.
only dizzy. She fell. That's just falling prone, and she just had to get back up.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm still.
And then you just
awake.
dragged her around while she was dizzy. But next round, she
Well,
can
you
just
got
get
me.
back
I
up.
guess you got me.
I got you to the
it.
hole, and if you want, you can jump with me. Your parachute.
So everyone's getting ready to shoot. He says it's only been 10 seconds. How's everyone doing?
That looks good.
Alright,
15
7.
plus 4.
A 7. What did you get, Mike?
15 plus 4. I'm using acrobatic.
Acrobatics as well. And your jump roll, acrobatics or athletics, Thorfin.
Acrobatics.
Go ahead and choose your acrobatics. Let's
I
go.
already did.
Oh, what was it?
It was 2 plus 5, 7.
Oh, at least it wasn't a crit. She
You
rolled a
both-
2 as well. She rolled a 2
I
as well.
know. I was like, I rolled the
Don't
2 and
worry,
I'm like
you're
immediately
not-
picking
We have
up.
to
I'm like,
re-roll
oh.
5
You
seconds?
will have re-rolls here in a second, but basically, you guys jump out and kind of have yourself ready just to go ahead and get the chute ready, but as you jump out, the wind's just kind of like, oh shit, and you're just like not ready to get the cord. Mike's ready to go, and
Big
he's just
giant
ready to get this.
guy falling
He's
to
just
the
waiting
ground.
the time. He can kind of maybe turn around if he wants to, but at this point, he's ready to pull the cord when he wants to, and sees that there's a huge island, jungle, beach, and he's ready to rip the cord at any point. You two, you just kind of like, whew, had to get yourself ready again, and now that you're kind of gaining control and not flailing as much, the wind was just, like you said, country boy, probably your first time jumping out of a plane too, no matter how old you've been. Mike, you're just too meaty for the wind to even affect you. You were just kind of like, okay, yeah. You're like John Cena size compared to like them being like normal tall people, is how I kind of see it. You're a big meaty boy. So you guys jump out and have to do one more. Go ahead and do another check to go ahead and just straighten yourself and get yourself right. Same check. You're just getting another chance now that you drop down some.
2 again.
Okay,
So
So-
a 7.
you're doing fine, but you see that your friend kind of once again entered a more flailing-like state, and definitely not smooth. And you're worried for him. You're like, okay, so you got it here. Mike, have you chosen to go ahead and pull your chute already? You've been ready to go. You don't gotta even roll right now. You've succeeded. You only need to succeed once to go ahead and get ready for this.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I'm fine.
You hear that, buddy? You only need to succeed once, alright? Before you hit the ground.
Who, me?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it.
Alright, so Mike pulls it. You start to see him kind of like blast past you. Charlotte, you see her ready to go like you were, and you're like, okay. Then you see Thorfin go past you, and he's like, falling past. Alright, and you don't gotta pull it, you don't gotta roll again, Charlotte, but Thorfin, you gotta roll one more time. Don't get this wrong.
How close am I to the ground?
You're not that close, but
Okay.
just don't do bad, man. We believe in you. We believe that you can pull this chute.
I have a last ditch effort exit plan if I need it, but I don't want to use it.
Here we go.
This is the end of my con. A 9 plus 5.
A 9 plus 5. I was about to say, is it a 9? Jesus. Okay.
14?
You finally level out. Y'all are both ready to pull your chute when you want to. Dude, referring to the dice, or does he get this wrong? Does he get this wrong? Dude, for real though, what would have happened with 3 losses is that you would have been flailing so much is that you would have just kind of, you would have seen the parachute fly past you and he would have just knocked it off of himself because he failed that many times and he's just obviously doing that bad. So you finally level out, get yourself ready. All you got your parachutes pushed or pulled, and you see that it's just a very, just not the hugest island because you can kind of see from one end to the other, but it'll still take like a day or two, maybe even a week, counting on how like thick the jungle is, because it's just a little bit of beach and jungle. That's where you were told to find the part of the first hunter's exam.
Do we see anything, landmarks, anything like that? Mountains, or is it just forest and a little bit of beach?
Jungle and a little bit of beach, and it seems like the safest parts to land would be that little bit of beach.
I want to pull my parachute slightly high
Okay.
and try and memorize as much of the landscape as I can, so I
Okay.
can attempt to draw a map when I land.
Okay.
I'm just gonna get to the ground.
So you got a good measurement. He has calligraphers, cartographers. Thank you. He has a cartographer's supplies. So with
Wait,
cartography,
do I have that?
you have calligraphy.
Okay, I was about to say I can
It's
make
You're
slightly
labeling
different.
my map.
And I kind of think that I like to add the calligraphy because, you know, people are like, oh, penmanship, that's great.
We're
Is that you can also hide messages, especially since you're a rogue. You can also hide messages real easy and plain messages in front of people because you're so good at like writing that if someone were to see something, they should be able to see it because like you're really good at writing.
Yeah, like certain people will be able
From
to
the
read
mountains.
it. The other people, it might just look like artwork.
And the jungle, the mighty jungle, the Gohan kid, the night. So, you guys notice that you're the only ones that made it to the hole and jumped in time. You were the only 3 to survive the first test, you could say, to even make it to...
Even that guy that was picking his nails, that bumped
Even the
into
guy
me?
that... Oh, dude, that dude was shitting his pants. If you guys were to want to roll a perception check and weren't... Like, if someone was doing good enough that you guys weren't reaching that dizzy state, you could have rolled a perception check and checked some things out while you were just
I want to know about the
in
guy
there.
with the big stand.
He was losing it.
What about
Everybody
stance,
was
dude?
pulling up front. It was much like, you know, I guess if you want to say from the show, like The Boat, where the only 3 that walked out were the main 3. And like as they ran into everybody else as far as the main exams, the first exams kind of started on the boat, and there was only 3 people that walked away from that, I believe.
They did a lot better on the boat than we did on the rocket.
Yes. Yeah. Dude, they were literally...
No, we're
I'm pretty sure
fine.
they were fighting on the boat and like standing in the middle of a storm, like Leorio of all people, dude. Like Leorio's kind of
Not all of those people were
He
on
was
their
kind of
way
a
to the
badass.
exams, though.
A good chunk of them were. They threatened going right when he got
Yeah.
on the boat saying what was going on. And, like, a lot of them were workers, especially the one they saved. But yeah, it's basically the same concept where you guys are the only 3 worthy to even get here. You're the only 3 shoots you see landing down, and you guys land together.
Wait, I'm worthy of something?
I'm worthy? I got a little thing right here in front of you guys that I can actually flip over. That's blue on one side. I don't know if the color's getting picked up well with the lighting. We got Charlie Mender's character in the center. Here's Thorfin, and here's Ryder. I'm sorry, Alice. I keep forgetting her name. And then all this is just jungle. It's going to be basically treated as terrain that, like, it seems as you're not going to be able to move that fast. Whenever you get into that terrain, you're probably going to have to, like, kind of cut your way through a lot of places. Duck here, duck there.
This guy's gonna have to remove whole trees to get his shoulders through.
Oh, there was one thing that he said.
I was going to say, I want to kind of do a perception up and down the beach if I can. Whenever we...
What was it?
I wanted to roll a perception check just up and down the beach, see if I see anything, you know, any kind
Okay. Go ahead and get a perception check on.
I rolled a 5. Plus 5 or 4.
Oh, I forgot to mention.
I got a rapier and a short sword.
You guys might notice, other than the bread that Charlotte stashed and they didn't think was going to be there, as you guys were going through the flight, your rations are gone.
Oh no.
Charlotte has her bread and her little bit that she stashed, but
My
other than
poisoned bread.
we'll go ahead and add it later, or I don't know if you want to throw it away knowing that it's supposed to give you a tummy ache, or you want to save it for maybe someone else.
I'm keeping it.
But everyone's rations, I'll go ahead and let you know when your inventory is already gone. And
I
they
was
stole your
going in to
rations,
look
like
at
maybe
it.
that's supposed to be, I don't know, part of
Did you already take him out?
yes. Part of
Yeah,
how
that was
tough
quick.
things are gonna be. Yeah, I was quick, I'm sorry. I took it all away. And your rations got taken from you before you landed here, so it's like gonna be more survival than you think. So how hunger works though, is that for every day, you have 3 days basically before it starts starving you, and plus your constitution, which I think only one of you have a +1. So 3 days basically for most of you until it starts starving you, and then basically like 4 or 5 days you're gonna start getting different effects as those days are going, and the last effect is death of starvation. So you don't want to starve, but y'all are capable young blokes. Mike, what was your perception roll again? Time to hunt.
It was 10 total with the pluses.
10 total.
You had a sword you could chop through stuff with, right?
Yeah, I'm also looking in my backpack just to
I
see
did a
what I have to cook
19
with, but-
plus 2, so a 21 nature check to see if there's any trees that have food on them that we can stash.
forage.
You don't see any trees currently that have food on them that you can stash. But so that means you get kind of closer to the jungle. You do like notice movement in the jungle itself, but kind of just more like a slithering of bushes, as though something kind of went away from you. But there definitely seems to be life once you start stepping into it. You didn't really get a good look. I mean, I don't know. With your perception, you actually got to see a couple of weird-looking creatures and lizards kind of scurrying away, grub and sort. But yeah, you might find a tree. Like that's a really good check, looking for a tree of such a source, but maybe it isn't on the beach.
Yeah.
That's a really good check to go for. Char's face, she's like, crap.
Do I
Yeah,
have
a lot of their
Read stuff.
Dude, I'm so happy they got through that. Okay, so I wrote this not realizing that they have +0. Mike, we have Ryder has +1, and I believe both Alice and Thorfin have +0 to their constitution.
No, I don't have the 10.
Oh, that's
I
you
have the
has-
+1.
Only one of them had a +1 to their constitution, so I did not realize that. I was like, man, the rolls are really against them. They can pass out on the fucking plane with everybody else.
And not
Yeah,
All I
going
did was make it 10, 11, and 13 for the last one. And I'm like, dude, they're doing bad. Holy shit. This is a nightmare. Okay.
Didn't help that I almost hit the ground.
So,
without
you
parachute.
guys, it's
am I-
still...
I wouldn't have let you.
Are there
I
any
wouldn't have let
fish
me either.
in the water close by?
Fish?
You actually see no fish. And the water kind of gives off a weird hue.
I did a perception check, rolled a nat 20. Plus,
Another perception check? Oh, no,
the
you
first
did
one was a nature check, yeah. Perception is plus 2, so 22.
22. Oh man, actually, a person of yourself getting a perception check of 22 is a little bit different because you're the navigator. You can make maps. You already took a good layout
it's a
of the
fake
land.
island.
All right, so with that
Great island.
ability, you can actually tell that someone else has been using somewhat. It's not the best, but someone has definitely walked through this area once or twice. Not really a trail worthy, but just from like brush going this way a lot, that someone seemed to go a certain direction, a little bit into the jungle. And it's definitely a height of a human, maybe rubbing against their backpack in woods. So you're kind of able to tell the terrain of, oh, this might be a trail if you kind of follow it.
Hey guys, I think I found a trail. We might be able to follow it in here.
Is it Scottish or?
I don't know, man.
It just changes.
There's
It
no,
changes.
since those things
It's
don't
alternating.
I love it.
Since there's
I'm
since
new
these
to the
places
language,
don't
leave me alone.
exist in like Hunter x Hunter, he can mix as many as he wants and it'll work, right?
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
You can make your own language.
You
It
can
be
really
whatever.
can. You really can.
Go get yourself naked.
Is that underwear? Did you tell me to go put my underwear on?
No,
Go
that's
get
amazing.
yourself some knickers.
That's what I thought I heard. Like, what? Yeah.
That's a common phrase, sure. In whatever language he made just now. Okay, so he tells you guys that there's a trail if you guys kind of pop in. So maybe that's just like an easy ticket to where you're supposed to go.
I'll
Do you
follow,
like
but I want to
easy?
be the last in line. I'll
The
take up
biggest guy wants
I
to be the last.
I wanna
That's
be the-
actually
bring up the rear.
important in its own way. So we putting Alice in front.
Yep, Alice all the way in the front.
Alice
First.
is going in front.
I'll tell her where to turn.
I want to, like,
Can be understood in all languages. Anime proves this fact. Perv can be understood in all languages. Anime proves this fact. I love it. Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, so I guess I'm going in front. Why? Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Wow, so Stag says I got a stream loot card that says to
I
make
guess
Steph die in game. Now
we're-
hear me out.
we're in
I
order
could
of
kill y'all's
heat.
god.
So all I'm doing is I'm gonna be adding more of the green around
So I guess
there.
we're in order of height, though. I'm 6'4",
So other
you're
than
6'2",
blue
8
tiles, if
foot.
any, I made more blue
6'3".
tiles just in case anybody was gonna be weird and be like, I want to swim, see if I could swim somewhere. Like, oh, okay, you don't see anything in sight, but I'm going for it. Like, all right, I guess I got to give you the option. So I made some blue tiles just in case you were gonna swim somewhere.
Wait, who's gonna try?
I don't know. I made it just in case, man. It was a just in case thing. But all I did was add more green, so it was just a bit more fleshy, so that you see that all there is more. I'll show you guys the different terrain. But basically, as you guys are finally getting into the area and it's getting to the thick of it, you're finally starting to follow the trail some.
Into the thick of it.
This actually is not a heavily obscured area, but it's really hard to see anything below your knees. It's kind of like you can see a lot of things if it was taller,
Oh, of course,
But
we're about to talk.
anything under your knees, and even with like, I guess Alice is up front chopping away for some reason. This big guys, this huge guy's in the back. We got
I
Alice
would
up
like
front.
to point out that I'm being very, like, careful while I'm chopping so that I don't trip any weird wires. Please.
So, basically, it is what you would call kind of heavily obscured. Like, you can feel things under your knees, but like a lot of things, you'll kind of be like, "Oop, what is that?" and kind of kick it out of the way as you're still like trudging through. That things are just so high and just kind of covering your area. It's almost like a bit swampy.
Can I do a survival check? Just like see if
Swampy.
A little bit too late, because as you guys are chopping your way through and making the trail a bit big enough for this big guy to get through that doesn't want to be up front, you actually have 3 snakes that are going to come out, and they're just immediately being upset and knowing that they're going to attack. So
I
it's
quit.
not going to be like a surprise
you
on
quit?
you.
I run.
You run?
I'm terrified of snakes.
So it's not going to be a surprise attack where they end up just boom popping out and attacking you. This is going to be our first time where we're rolling initiative. You guys are going to get a chance to roll initiative and react however you want to these 3 snakes popping out, and they're immediately just
how
upset
far
that
away?
you're in their area.
Where
Oh yeah,
are
let me
they
get
at?
the tokens out.
Where are they at?
And I'll show everybody on the camera how they're looking. The main one that they see, sadly, is Alice, but we will be rolling initiative, and they are far enough away that still Alice won't get like automatically attacked for trying to walk away.
10 plus. Where's my initiative? 2, 12.
I got a 13. 10 plus 3. When you said 10, I was like, oh, well, I'm gonna wait to see what his modifier is before I say
Did
mine.
I not grab a pen?
I got one right here.
Thank you. Roll your initiative, Charlotte. What was yours, Jack?
13.
13 for Thorfin.
Fucking 4.
Ryder had
12.
12,
Right after
and Alice had 4.
Going last with snakes in front of you.
I gotta roll for the snakes real quick. With their initiative, they get +3, surprisingly, to their initiative roll.
So do I. I am super dexterous.
Oh man, here it goes.
Dexterous.
I'm trying to read what he's writing down in the reflection.
That's not nice.
Where'd you learn that? That cheating on testing. Cool.
Okay, so all of them go
How you
before Alice,
graduated?
sadly. One of them goes before Thorfin,
What?
and one of them goes before Ryder. So it's gonna go Snake, Thorfin, other Snake, Ryder, other Snake, Alice, surprisingly. Alice being the last one to go. I got a pen, I'm set. Oh yeah, I was wanting to show you guys the terrain real quick. That's actually watching. Like me this morning with a spider. Can I just run away? Is there just an escape button? Okay, so they were walking along. They're in the middle of the jungle. All these green waves are just representing that they're going through just a ridiculous terrain. There was a little log as they were approaching it, and 3 snakes just popped out that are being represented by these little coin bags of all things because they're just small enough. This really isn't a hard encounter, I believe, for their level, but this is just a cool first encounter for everyone to flesh out what they got and what they want to do. And the initiative rolls is just kind of just plus your dex, unless you have some sort of feat. There are feats that we haven't really looked into. Maybe after level 3 you guys would choose a feat other than pumping up one of your many really low stats that you guys have here and there. No constitution,
I don't
negative
have-
intelligence. Oh man, we got it going on.
I know it might not sound like the smartest idea. Don't attack.
So, snake number 1 is going to be the first to go.
Played by Paul Giamatti.
So it is going to pop up, bloop, moving up 1, and it is going to attempt to attack Alice. Alice, what's your AC?
14.
14. You see on his attack, he gets +5 on his attack. It's actually not too bad when you do damage, but there'll be a Constitution saving throw, which all y'all suck at. So I rolled an 8.
I have +1.
I rolled an 8, which +5 is only 13.
Oh, nice.
Literally, so you're more dexterous than strength. Like, you don't wear armor, you wore more leather. So it literally like is kind of slithering up and kind of like hits her leather and starts like trying to bite through, and you kind of slap it away just in time as it started just trying to figure out like, oh crap, I shouldn't have bit here. And you kind of realize, oh, if it bit in the right spot, it would have got me. And shimmy it off of you just in time. And it's going to be Thorfin's turn.
I'm gonna step my happy ass up next to her, and I'm gonna use an unarmed strike for my action.
Okay.
14 plus 5, so a 19.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits the snake.
And then 1d4 plus 3. I got a 4, so 7 damage. And then I also want to use my bonus action unarmed strike.
So this isn't going to have your pluses to it, but it's basically going to be a base roll with the damage.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
D4. Rolled a 4.
So, where did you step up to?
One right
Next to her.
Oh, actually, I guess you can still do all that. You still have movement available, but it's more so going to be like you come up and you kick the first one. You do so much damage that it just kind of splits in half in front of you. And then you step up to the next one. And you attack the next one. and same thing. It only has 2 health. So whenever you do double of anything's health on top of its damage, it basically like is kind of an insta death. Like if they were at 8 and they got hit for the 16 above it, then so basically you obliterate this thing. Kind of choose how you want to do it. You step up, you kill one, you step up, you kill the other. How do you want to do this? They both get got. That was Snake 1 and Snake 2. So
I just want to walk
Ryder's
up.
gonna get to move before the last one.
Walk up on the one that attacked her and just heel stomp its head, and then shimmy around and heel stomp the other one. Quick, easy.
Okay. You go in just for precise strikes, being real careful. This dude that wanted to run away a second ago just came in and obliterated these snakes. He was literally saying he wanted to run away. I don't like him. Alright, Ryder, it's your go. There was going to be a snake that moved before you, but it is gone. It is.
Can I use my animal handling on the last one? See if I can calm the snake down.
You want to calm the snake down.
After I just decimated 2 of his own mates.
He's a frightened snake right now. He lost 2 of his friends. You might want to just chill.
All right, go to. You gonna pick it up?
Hunters are loved by.
Or you just like.
I'm gonna walk up to it. Just tell it to calm down.
Okay. Let me pull up your character sheet.
I'm not gonna use. Yeah, I'm just. I got +5 in animal handling.
I could just see
what'd you
Crocodile
roll?
Dundee walking
11
up,
plus 5, 16.
fucking doing the whole water buffalo.
All right, you try to animal handle this. You do very well, and you don't get yourself bitten. But it's like, you kind of control how it's moving, but you see that it's still being aggressive. Like you can kind of read it and like
shoo it.
see that it's snipping, and you're like trying to get it to calm down and see if maybe you can actually get it at a spot where you can grab it. Actually, we'll say with that high of animal handling that you realize that it's too aggressive, and you have it, and it's still being aggressive on you, but you have it in a safe spot in your hand.
Okay.
Break its neck.
I'm gonna throw that thing as far as a Goliath can.
You're just gonna throw it.
Yeah.
You're gonna chuck it. For some man, what movie was it that the dude grabbed the snake by the tail and just like to save somebody and then threw it away? What movie was
I
that?
don't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? At
Yeah.
least I'm not crazy. Okay, I didn't make that up.
Yeah.
Snake's gone.
So go
if
ahead.
it hits
roll,
anything, 2 damage is
roll
for
a
sure.
solid strength. Just a strength.
He should roll a dex for accuracy.
That's one.
Nat 20.
Now roll a dex for accuracy. If it's low, he hits a tree.
Yeah, for it not having the most weight to it, you somehow just take it and just boo, and it's
Was it Indiana Jones?
No, I think Static's about to come in here and tell us what it is. I feel like he's upset with all of us that we don't remember the movie. He's about to come in here and give us the knowledge.
Oh, okay.
Let's not assume you're not crazy, Steph.
Oh,
Is
that's-
that what it is? Alright, so you actually throw the last one at an angle where it should take its time attempting to get back. Alright.
If it hits anything, and 2 damage.
So what do you guys want to do? You just got done
It's
with
gonna
this.
hit the water.
Man, I gotta say,
Come back for revenge.
Charlotte didn't even get a turn. I didn't expect it to go that well. Like easy animal handling, where you've been around animals most of your life.
I should
These
have
guys gave very little of their backstory, so I'm wondering when it's gonna come to fruition and all that, because they were just like, I don't even want to tell you about my hair color. Like, I got no hair, but you don't know that yet because I cover it with that. Like,
Well, is that secretive?
maybe a little
kind
secretive.
of worse.
They're like,
I was like you guys
You
didn't know I was 8 feet
You're
tall
watching.
until.
I'm not. I have red hair.
oh, the scene you're referring to sounds familiar as well, but we can't think of it. Oh man,
Well, now that we've
I'm sorry I
know
did that
that
to
we're
everybody.
seeing
Now I
each
feel
other.
bad. That's a terrible feeling.
It's all your fault.
So, do you guys want to continue traveling down this trail? Do you want to see, like, you've been traveling not too far. Like, you can see in the distance that these things attacked you pretty fast as you were, you can kind of still see the beach if you looked hard enough. But, you see that, like, you're already at the point where sunlight's having trouble beating through. It's hard to tell what time of day it is, the thickness of this jungle.
Can I?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I salvage food from the snakes' bodies? Like a nature roll, or just
Go ahead and use a nature roll. Let's see how that works.
or just,
While he's playing with the snake, I want to try to get some timber. How heavy is this log?
How heavy is a tree?
Are we trying
It's
to catch it on
pretty-
fire or something?
It's
Or
kind
just-
of rotten, so it's not the heaviest.
Can I
It's
like I want to pick it up and just
rub-infested.
smash it against another tree, just to try to get more timber.
Okay. Okay. You got plenty of things to make yourself out with your flint box that you have. You guys are good with.
Another nat 20.
If the
nine.
travels last tonight, then you guys definitely can make yourself a fire.
I got a 9. Modifiers.
9 with the modifiers, you're having trouble. You notice that,
Too skinny.
yeah, we'll say too skinny, and the parts just seem like a bit more, like, you know, the poison in this snake is really weird. Like, it's not like a normal snake as far as, like, it's just in the glands, and if you can get extracted, it really seems
Oh,
off.
this is some of that genetically altered snake.
That's genetic.
That's the first you go to. This
Oh.
GMOs, man. Gosh. Monsanto's here, messing with our snakes. Hey, Cassie, you're being such a good girl. Didn't say that.
I got a nat 20 on smashing the tree.
Okay. You just pick up and just decide
Take out 3 trees.
I almost want to do something bad because you were nat 20. Like, it almost just you crush it before you even get a chance to throw it. But no, we'll say you throw it like you want. It goes everywhere. There's bugs and stuff that go everywhere.
Ooh.
And lizards, and all kind of crawl away. And there's kind of, but a lot of them are scurrying there. You know, like grub will. It's not like they're just, oh well, I still got a kind of home here under this, and they're just kind of.
Anything, a survival check? Can I eat any of that stuff?
Go ahead and do a survival check.
Oh, that's not a 1.
I haven't tried.
Plus 5, but it doesn't matter because I rolled a 1.
You're pretty sure you've seen in a movie somewhere where they eat grubs, and you think you can follow this movie.
I'm gonna roll a survival check too because I haven't done that.
I'm gonna try.
You go
Oh
up
no! I
rolled a 1.
A 1. I'm gonna go right with him and eat
You
him.
guys are 100% sure that this is a great
He's like,
idea.
I think I saw that same movie.
These are the best. Like, yeah, you're pretty sure the juicy ones are slimy yet satisfying, and there's crunchy ones as well. Yeah, all that. You're actually starting to see the song.
Yeah.
You'll feel disappointed if you
Matata.
walked away not trying these bugs.
It's better than that soup that they tried to give me in the other place.
You see these guys over there collecting bugs
And wood. I'm getting wood too.
and wood,
I'm just getting bugged.
but like they're
I don't
about
know. I don't know what I can roll to see if I know what they're talking about.
really just a survival or nature is your two that you have to choose from between like
Why
just
don't I
these
have
bugs.
survival on my?
It's in the
Oh,
very
wait,
last
wait,
one.
wait,
It
was
should be
it-
the very last.
Oh, you weren't at the bottom. You weren't at the bottom.
It was like. Okay, so.
Step 2.
I will later. I got a lot that I gotta look over. I'll leave it afterwards. We're already almost halfway
I'm not
through.
entirely interested in eating the bugs, but I'm gonna roll a survival to make sure they're not.
Bless you.
Exactly. But if it turns out I might. So I rolled a 20.
Hey,
please tell me
they're not poisonous.
Not nat, so it wasn't a nat 20,
It was
a
a
crit, as you said.
17 plus
But still,
20.
it is a very high roll, and you go up to it and you kind of prick it and feel it around, smell it, kind of give it more of an observation than just looking with your eyes and saying that looks edible. And you can really instantly tell that it like irritates your skin as
We're
you
gonna
put
like
it on you.
smack the rest out of their hands. Guys, no!
And you just, you're just like, oh my gosh, like, you know that, okay. You know what's up, You smack it out of their hand, and everything seems to be quite tainted in a weird fashion that you guys really haven't seen in nature before.
Everything is intended for us to not be able to like survive on this island.
What?
Well, that's dumb. Why would they take our food and drop us on an island that's really hard to survive on? We're hunters. This is stupid.
We just gotta roll better when we're trying to kill things and harvest their bodies.
It just ruined everything. This is bad. Just throws it with Mike. I want to see how far I can throw a snake. Snake throwing
I was
competition.
gonna say
Okay. So, now when you guys want to move, you've got at least a trail that you're going down that I'll say if you go down enough, there is a destination, obviously.
Let's not go down that road. Let's go the other way.
But either way, now that you guys are moving, it's like kind of classic moving. You know that you're not moving fast. So we'll say that you can really only move like another bit, and it's going to start getting closer to nighttime already because you're not really able to move fast, chopping your way through the jungle. But now there is going to be a random encounter roll that I'll let one of you take. It's just rolling a d20 and counting on what you roll is count. And there's like obviously things that'll attack you, things that won't attack you, things that
I was about to say I got a 1 this
I got
last
a
roll.
1
I don't
last
know.
as well.
And remember, with encounter rolls, it's really different. It's just a table.
Yeah.
So
It's,
1 in a sense might be an easiest on that table as opposed like there's been points where I remember in past encounter rolls that you guys rolled a 20 and you've been like, yeah, and I'm like, no, bro, you didn't want that.
That's the
You didn't want
Leviathan
that on this
now.
encounter roll. That's the highest thing on this encounter roll. Fuck me.
So we're rolling an encounter roll?
Yes.
The roll is, so you're going to be
20.
moving, and it will produce a random encounter as you're moving, if possibly not nothing.
We'll let Charlotte.
So one of you choose who you want to roll.
It's all Charlotte.
Who you want to roll. So Charlotte will roll a d20. No pluses,
Fate
no
is
nothing
in
like that.
our
It is just
hand.
a random encounter roll.
It's on
It
the
is
floor.
off the table.
She can't even
Can you
get it
hand
in the
it to
hole.
me?
It's a 20. I don't know what
It's
it
a
is.
12.
Six. I think that's on a 6.
Has the dot on the bottom.
Dun.
Ding. That is a 6. with
Well,
the dot
I
on
knew
the
there was a
bottom.
I knew there was a 6, but it was kind of landed. And I almost thought maybe it landed sideways. That's why I pulled it back. But it landed flat.
Not much of the map being revealed still. There's not much they can see past. I'm here to see Jack eat, legit scrub. I immediately know nothing about Hunter x Hunter. I'm here for the chaos. The chaos is here. I see a 6 though, a 6. Okay.
Alright.
You guys actually run into
Make me feel self-conscious.
just a lot of I'm actually gonna have to
Who
grab a
is
piece of
that?
pizza here in a second.
Is legit Scrub your friend that wants to see you eat?
That wants to see you
That's
eat,
the
then
one
give it
I
to
was
him.
playing with one
Hey,
day.
you gotta
Remember,
sub to see my friend eat.
we were
Just
playing
kidding,
him.
just kidding.
He was Fat Ginger. And you're like, why did Jack name that guy that?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I named him, and it's like, that's his gamer tag.
So
I didn't
you
name
guys
it.
actually only run into a lot of little critters again, and like lizards and stuff like that, but they seem a lot familiar to what you've seen before. But it is an area that you have not observed and checked out before if you want to do any survival checks and anything like that, but you realize it's getting closer to nighttime.
So he can put it over there.
Yes. So you guys move, there's critters again if you want to check them out, and it's getting closer to nighttime.
Obviously, we're not going to be able to eat.
I want
any
to
of
check
these
out the new
critters.
lizard critters. See
Oh
if
my
they're
God,
edible.
They're going to eat something they shouldn't
Okay.
eat.
If we cook it, you know,
Yay!
we'll
I
cook the
got a
poison out.
13.
Okay.
Got excited about
Plus
a 13.
anything?
That's 11 plus 2.
You need something?
So nature check on the lizard folk.
Oh, girl, do you need something?
Eat the carcass display. They
I-
actually tried to check it out.
I tried. It didn't work. I failed.
Yeah, there's something weird with the creatures on this that a lot of things just seem unusually just kind of poisonous.
I yell at him, don't touch it. Stop
Okay.
touching things.
You guys finally check out the critters. You get a good look at it again, and you can kind of tell this time that it kind of once again, like the lizards that you pick up, kind of give off this slime, and as the slime's getting on you, it very much irritates your skin. You need to wash it off very quickly. Oh, by the way, I say by this time, as you guys are kind of like going through and it's getting closer to nighttime, several of you said you've been going through your backpacks.
Yes.
You notice that
My stuff's gone.
aside from your rations being gone, there's actually 2 potions that you don't know what they are. But they appear to help you. They're supposed to be there to be healthy.
Do you guys have any, like...
And it only says, the only thing that it says as far as a condition when you drink it is that it causes hunger. But it's a healing potion. But it'll just make you hungry in this place where you can't find anything to eat. So,
That's not cool.
hey! They gave you some healing stuff. They taking care of you. You just might die of starvation while taking it.
That's okay. I have 2 friends right near me that are good for at least 3 meals each.
So this is what I want to do. I want to give this a try. Can you guys watch me and make sure I don't die?
Cool.
That sounds like a lot of responsibility.
Since it's getting closer to nighttime, can we make a little camp? We start making like a campfire.
Okay.
I want to try cooking one of these things
Oh my god.
and then taking it home. So like,
But
Not
it's gonna-
hungry.
But it counteracts it though, because it makes me hungry.
it makes me hungry, but
Yeah,
I'm no longer
but
hungry.
he can
at the moment.
out-heal the bad food.
Did you take any damage?
No, but if I
was-
eat the stuff and I take damage, then I want to heal from it.
And
It's
if
gonna
you
make me
eat-
hungry, but I won't be hungry right now because I just ate.
I get what he's trying to do. Like the hunger.
Okay.
He's gonna hurt himself through eating and heal himself through something that makes him hungry, so it will cancel itself out.
But I want to try cooking some of this stuff to see if maybe it doesn't. It's not as poison.
Okay.
Boil it in a pot.
So as you guys are making
Boy.
up camp, there is going to be one thing you have to do.
Gotta roll the encounter.
You got to roll a random encounter as you're sitting in the middle of the wilderness making up this camp real quick to see if anything might tread upon you or nothing.
As I say, we're leaving those up to her.
5.
Ooh.
I believe that's the same thing. That should be
Okay,
around
cool.
the same thing.
Did I re-roll it? Oh.
Oh, that's not a bad thing. It's just meaning that it is. Oh no, I lied.
5 is when it changes. It's 1 through 4.
Troll!
I
There's a
lied.
troll in the girls' bathroom.
Oh man, he's getting his whole
Ladies.
getup on. He's grabbing a lot
So-
of dice.
grabbing a bunch of dice. Yeah.
It's not a lot. It's not a lot. It's the same thing you guys already went through before, except that they actually get the jump on you. We're gonna come up and bite you in the butt as you're getting your dinner ready.
Wait, does it specifically my butt?
Yeah, they go for the butt. These are booty biting snakes.
Oh
Booty
man.
bite.
How big are these snakes?
Sounds like some hunter.
These are little guys. They're poisonous, but they are aligned as tiny beasts. So as far as you've seen, like that little coin purse on the ground, that they are little things.
Oh, so when I crush them
But
on my boot,
they're
I was
poisonous.
overdoing it.
So here we go. They get +5 to
Took
hit.
one.
It was only 1 off to hit
Cross
Alice
country.
last time. So Alice, what was your AC?
14.
Don't worry about it. They didn't hit.
Good, it was one higher.
Thorfin, what was your AC?
Higher than what they got. 15.
All right.
I got the lowest, 13.
The last one's going to bite at you, Mike. It rolled a nat 1.
Oh, bird.
So he should be able to punch it in the face.
Can I try to catch it? I see it coming.
Does it get advantage then? Does it get to like hit it?
You know what? Yeah, I'll say like it somehow bites
It triggers a reaction.
and it gets just into like a thick part of just one of your wristbands that you rock or whatever
Man,
it is
missed
that
my
you
butt
wear,
completely.
and like it gets itself stuck so that you literally can just I got a thing.
I got a thing.
The thing attack.
I got a watch.
Guys, look, like. So yeah, you can do whatever you want on your turn, which
You can do
you know what? We'll
whatever
go
you
ahead
want
and
on
give you
your
guys
turn.
each reaction. We'll start going backwards just because they already had a surprise thing. Before we even bother rolling initiative to see if this even makes it past initiative, one's already on Mike's arm. So
It's
actually, no, we'll do it this way because
Flick it.
Charlotte didn't go at all last combat. We're gonna go this direction and just kind of give you guys each a reaction to this to see if you just stomp these things again. Wrong universe, friend. Okay. So Charlie Mender, these things just came up and try to attack
Trying to
you.
think
You
of what
swiftly
I'm
just
gonna
kind
do
of
to kill
step
this
back
thing.
as it was
Okay.
coming towards you.
Okay.
Tries to attack your friend. He does the same thing, and all y'all are very deft. You don't rely on your armor. Mike ended up relying on his armor just by the sake of it. Got itself stuck. Like, yeah, okay, and I'm stuck. I'm a snake. What did I do? What did I bite into? What do you want to do?
To these little fuckers?
Mhm.
I mean, I want to kill it.
Okay. So what weapon do you have? A rapier
You
or?
said I stepped back, right? I want to try to stomp on this bitch.
Okay, go for the stompings then.
Everybody
Oh
goes
wait,
stomp.
would that be considered?
Unarmed
That'd be
strike.
an unarmed strike, so it won't be as much damage. but you can still
But I was 12. So I get a plus.
Yeah,
I
I get an automatic.
you don't get
Actually,
any pluses to your damage
I
roll. It's
do
just your
have
base damage roll.
unarmed. I do have unarmed strike, and I get +2.
Oh, nice. Okay, so it'll be a D4 plus 2, but you still need to roll to attack it real quick.
And
Sorry,
plus,
I mean, guys.
and then there's a 1 to damage.
I should have saved that roll for when I actually needed it. I just got an 18.
Just because it came at my feet instead and stepped back. 8. +2 is 10.
Oh man, it actually stepped down, but it seems like you got it, but it just slips off. Like you just missed it. Like you just missed a line. It stepped on its shadow.
Okay. So once I have no, I guess it doesn't. I don't get the second attack in. Only on sneak attack.
Okay.
Okay.
Jack.
I wanna punch it in the face.
Punch the snake right in the face.
When it goes to bite at me, I just want to punch it in the face. 19
So,
plus
oh wow.
5.
So as the reaction of it coming at you, like you see that it just got done snipping down, and you just wanna whoop in reaction.
Bop it right on the nose.
Go ahead and do your damage. I don't see it. These things have such little damage. I don't see them surviving.
2 plus
Yeah, they have 2 damage.
5.
So once again, it just kind of
Explodes.
splatters against
I do have 2 weapons fighting.
your. Oh.
Unarmed strike is considered melee,
Ah, okay.
but it's okay.
But
I
it's
was
2
like,
weapon for you.
Yeah.
So,
A little bit
am I
different
now
for a
wearing
monk.
it as a
Yeah.
bracer?
Yeah, disgustingly enough, this thing, you just decimated it. Kind of deftly dodged and had that perfect timing where you can just have and just punch. Just went with a classic punch. Can't go wrong. All right, Mike, you got this thing on your wrist. It seems to be struggling to get off of you.
I just want to make it a little snake kebab so I can roast it with fire. I just want to take a stick. I just want to grab it and just put it
Shove
stick
it
in
right-
his mouth.
Do you want to do that? So you choose between since it's kind of already there. You know, it's supposed to be a grapple with the strength, but I feel like you're doing something dexterous as well. So you could choose between just doing a
Oh, if you're gonna give me the option for Dex, I'm gonna do Dex.
and go ahead and do a sleight of hand and see if you can actually got deft enough hand to whoop, just be able to get the stick right into this thing.
Lions and
12.
tigers and bears and
Plus 2, 14.
14, that does hit. So we'll go ahead and say that just gets across its AC. Go ahead and just roll a d4 for me real quick, just in case it, for some reason, you snag a piece and don't do it.
4.
So you go ahead and just shove it right through this thing, and you got yourself a little snake kebab. And there is only one that survived that is going to attempt to attack Alice again. Sad enough. Here we go.
Adding snake kebab.
I'm gonna go ahead and show this to you guys. I think
Oh,
maybe it's
no.
because I picked up yours. It's totally what happened.
Oh, no, that doesn't sound good.
What did you pick up?
my die. Look, there's a 1.
So this was my first roll over here with this dice. It's a 1.
So the camera's off a little. You're not actually showing it. You're showing the side there.
I think it needs to be higher up. Okay. There we go. It's kind of bright right there. So I rolled a 1 the first time whenever Mike got bit. And this is the other attack that I just rolled with the different dice. Another 1. So this one, once again, it just kind of fails. And you notice that there's just something grubbing at your boot. And if it had the ability to, it really wanted to get its poison injected in you. But instead, it got itself stuck into the leather of your boot.
Not the leather of my boot.
And it's your turn afterwards, surprisingly. We're just going straight down since since they had a surprise attack.
And
We
all
kind
of
of
our
skipped the initiative and it all seemed just right there anyways. There wasn't enough things to worry about.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit this bitch with my rapier. white
Dude,
magic.
for real though, I'm getting terrible rolls.
13?
That's why I only buy loaded
13.
dice.
Where are they?
Look at that, guys.
Not here. Left those at home.
Did I show it to you guys? Boom. What's that AC?
13.
13. So you hit it. You hit it just on the dot. It tried to squirm away. You came over here and got it.
Uh-huh. Okay, so
Go ahead and do the damage. I'm pretty sure that's it. Man, these guys had their chance to at least, like, kind of mess you guys up. If you get poisoned
I
out
feel like
here.
the damage, I don't even feel like I have to roll the damage because it's like a D8 plus 3, and even if I roll one that's 4, doesn't that already
We
go?
are actually really lucky because we
Roll
have no
it for the heck of it,
constitution.
just to
Just
see
to
if it
see how
explodes
much
or
I
not.
kill it.
Sure.
How dead is it? How dead is it?
Well, even if she rolls a 1 and has a +3, it's
Yeah,
double the
it's gonna
damage
be
of the
dead.
snake
It's a
anyway.
4 plus 3, so...
Yeah, so you just decimate this thing. Another of the poisonous snakes. And you guys don't gotta roll another random encounter. We'll let you guys get through the evening. So if there's anything in particular you want to do for the evening. Now I will remind you with the Thieves Toolkit, you'll notice you have strings, ball bearings, and other things of the such. You can like attach a piece of string to a piece of wood to one of the bells. You can do
Yeah, we
basic
could do
traps
some cool
with the
shit.
Thieves Toolkit, but you have to have a Thieves Toolkit in order to lay traps, just as you need a Thieves Tools kit in order to find traps. So if you wanted to set something like that up, that is totally up to you.
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna try to cook my poisonous snake.
Alright.
Alright, so let's set up some... Let's
So
set
you were
up
like
some
using
alarms.
your pot?
I'm gonna set
I don't
up
have
some
a thieves
alarms.
kit, so I
Do
have.
not eat
my-
the snake!
I'm boiling the snake.
Can I try to, like, identify the plant life and see if any of it's edible instead of going straight
It has
for
been
the
long
meat?
enough, and that's why I've been kind of trying to point out that, like, oh, it's been long enough. You guys seen new vegetation,
I'm
stuff like
going
that.
to
Everyone
look at
can do
these.
another nature check and such. If you were wanting to look around, it'll be grand.
Can, I was planning
I
on
got
doing a
a
nature check
14.
before I ate it.
I got a 14 on a nature check.
14 on a nature check.
I got a 16.
And then, oh well, I guess.
So also, how do I go about using like my herb skills?
I guess that's
Thank
once you
you
find
Herb
a
Anything
plant.
skills,
extra?
with herbalism, you're just going to start collecting random things around here. So if you see that they're kind of poisonous and they're plant life, you can collect it and try to make maybe
I
something more
wanna
poisonous
collect
later. If
all
you're
sorts of
pretty
plants.
much anything
or
you can try to
antidotes.
do and make your kind of, I try, it's not really alchemy, it has to be herbalism based. And but with herbs you can still do things like roll it up and smoke it if you make it fine
You
enough
can
and stuff
make
like that. And
Tonic
teas
with it,
and
doesn't-
all sorts of
you can
stuff.
make
But as long as
stuff
it's
that
leaning more
burns the
towards that,
skin.
I like to make it so that if you collect and try to do certain things with your herbalism on your short, instead of doing short rests and instead of doing certain things, you can pretty much make it. It just seems they made it somewhat a useless tool here and there. But other than with your herbalism kit, whenever you're doing rolls like now with nature here, it'll put more things out. Now, you realize that the other poisonous creatures aren't eating the other creatures. You've been there long enough to realize that there's a lot of things that obviously have to survive off something off of here. And you just haven't found what.
I'm like looking at the plant, so I see things that look edible.
Not on the plants around you, but it's starting to already get to that dark where you can't really
Have dark
explore
vision.
well. Dark vision is still, it goes from like, it being visible, it's
Yeah, but
black
I can
and
still
white,
see-
and you can
see
still
shapes and
see in
stuff.
shapes, but yeah, still makes it hard, especially as far as nature identifying comes into place. It's making it really hard to identify things. You're even having trouble, all the things that you were like, yeah, this is poisonous, you're kind of having trouble identifying it with certain textures and things already looking different. The dark vision coming into hue. So it's just looking slightly different at dark, but something definitely that you should look for, perhaps in the morning.
Oh, I got a bedroll. If my snake's cooked, I won't eat it right now.
Oh, with all the checks and everything that you guys been doing, you have noticed croc tracks. And as far as you guys know, crocodiles go dangerous.
So we want to go on a midnight croc
Maybe instead
hunt?
of going down this trail and finding out if you don't know what's at the end of the trail and how long it is, how much longer you'll need to be traveling, maybe you can follow the trail of these croc tracks and find yourself some food.
Well, it's hard for me to find an alligator. Fun.
You have to sleep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have to
Do you have to sleep? A random question at the campfire.
Yeah.
So, do you have to sleep? Everyone's like, yeah.
I'm setting up my 8-foot tall bedroll. It's pretty much a king size bed.
8-foot tall bedroll.
Tall? Wait, what?
Long,
you sleep
I guess.
standing up.
Well, long, I guess. You know.
Let's say he sleeps standing up. He just sets up against the tree.
I don't
I
like
am
to
the
make
tree.
any assumptions about people's
So you guys still have taken no damage, which I put those potions there just in case you did, and it just hasn't happened yet. These snakes somehow keep missing. You guys don't really got a lot to phase off poison, I think most of you. So it's crazy to me that you guys honestly have been, you guys have been lucky. You guys have been incredibly lucky.
Wait, what's
I'm
luck?
taking it.
But it is morning, and it is the first day of the 3 days that will lead to starvation. Feel it. You do feel the hunger. It's not starvation yet, and you haven't started reaching those points. But after 3 days, starvation will hit. But the first thing that Charlotte was wanting to do was look for, what was it, nature check that you rolled before?
Edible plants.
Yes, I know about plants. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I can't do any of that stuff. I got
was a
a negative
16.
1 on nature.
Nature.
God, you're from the woods.
From the mountains. There's
He
no,
knows-
there's no trees.
But you
in
have
the
animal
mountains.
handling, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to nature.
Yeah.
So he
I
has something that made him survive out
He
there.
played with
I have
mountain
survival
goats.
and animal handling. That's what I got.
So I'm gonna go ahead and let that last nature roll continue from last night because you didn't really get a chance to use it and you went straight to sleep.
Sorry.
You wanted to wake
Yeah.
up, and that was the first thing you wanted to do in the morning. So you see that the croc tracks are still there, and despite them being there from last night, they seem to maybe even pass by you as you guys were setting up camp, but didn't come and bother you during the snake fight.
Did you not see the crocs go by?
How big is a croc?
It was possibly during the fight. Like, it was definitely sometime last
Uh.
night. Possibly before you guys even had camp set. Like, they could have maybe attacked you if they really wanted to before you guys even had your guard up and set up a guard and everything like that.
So it seems pretty smart that it
So
didn't.
they were
engage.
close, and they just wandered on by. They're being crocs. You know, they don't attack everything. They'll watch you walk by. You know crocs, guys. Or we know gators.
Yeah, we're from Florida. We know gators and crocs. Crocs are in Florida too. Right?
No.
I
Yeah?
thought there were some crocs in Florida.
Oh.
I didn't think so.
I
They're
thought one
endangered, though,
swam
aren't they?
I thought they
across
were all
the ocean.
dogs. To be honest.
They're all dogs.
Okay. So in the morning, though, Charlotte, as well as realizing that Alice can find where the gators are, and she kind of deciphers that it's been short enough that if you really wanted to, you could possibly find gator and get yourself something to eat.
Do we know that we can eat these gators?
You
though?
don't. You haven't ran into these gators yet.
We don't know if they're poisonous gators or not. They could be.
You
That would be
also
super scary. Just saying.
ran into this weird purple oozing tree.
Oh, do I know what it is?
You have never seen a tree like this before.
Purple ooze sounds fun though.
Yeah, it's very purple and oozing. It is grotesque if you were to look at it. It gives off sounds as though you hear it.
I feel like obviously I'm going to take a file of this stuff. Like, there's no way I wouldn't. Just as a character trait, I don't believe that I could see a purple oozing tree I've never seen before and just walk away. And I have these nifty little vials that can hold
Okay.
all sorts of cool stuff. Because
So you're using an herbalism kit to collect it then.
I wanna.
Yeah, and I would like some of like the bark and like woodiness and like leaves if they're around, if they're reachable or whatever. I'm
Not
how tall it
really
is.
much leaves on this thing. It looks like kind of a dead tree
Okay,
except the
but
purpleness.
I can get some of that bark and wood and
What were you saying?
I want to rub some of that stuff on my rapier.
Oh.
I thought you were gonna say
Oh,
I
I
want to rub it
noticed
on me.
himself. Yeah, I
Okay,
was
you see
scared.
it's really sticky. And it's getting on, and you got it on your rapier.
Alright.
And as you're collecting it, as far as your herbalism, you can tell that this isn't like any bark you've ever seen, obviously, as far as the oozing. But once you get past the ooze, the texture is very soft, kind of bread-like. Like once you get into what is bark, you realize you started digging more, and there was actual what you would consider like a tree that you can't get past. The outside of it, you could almost just rip off.
I just want to be like, hey, Ryder, do you want to taste this?
She goes to Ryder and says, "Do you want to roll a deception and be like, oh, I saved this? Like, do you want to roll a deception and be like, this is good, you should have this? I already had some," or do you want to be like, "Hey, I found this. Do you want to test this?"
I think I don't think that I would try to deceive him. I think that
I have to ask. I have to ask if you want to be like, "So,
I do.
man, this is so good." And like, Mike, you're hungry.
I
Everyone's
do
hungry
not
right now.
believe that I would try to deceive
Bro,
him.
is it good? Oh, I can have some. Totally, we're friends now.
I don't think that I would try to deceive him, but I would definitely be like,
I just found
"Hey,
it.
Ryder, do you
Eat
want to try this?"
Oh.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna use my persuasion to make her eat it.
you want to roll your persuasion, convince her that she has something really good.
Absolutely. Oh, you're lucky.
What'd you roll?
A 2 plus a 5.
A 2 plus a 5. So since you actually decided that you wanted to turn this into a game of rolls,
You get a roll.
and you almost persuaded yourself that like you were about to tell her something, but the more that you talked
You were
about
like, it looks really delicious.
You were
And then
like,
stopped
actually,
and he
like,
was like,
hold
it
up.
does look really delicious.
this does kind of remind me of like a weird looking donut
Like
or
this is bread
something.
and gel. Like yeah, it's a glazed. It's a.
So
Glazed
you're
jelly
actually,
donut.
I'm gonna say that like in you persuading, you kind of only affected yourself with the charisma of like, this does actually taste really good. You don't got to, but part of your character's mind is like,
if she has to
I'm
be careful.
hungry, man. She's offering it.
I won't let you die.
Alright.
The stuff I have on my sword, can I put it in the fire?
Yeah. Okay. You go to the you go and put it in the fire, and it just kind of crackles and pops.
Smell anything?
Oh, by the way, I didn't fucking mention this. As opposed, because this is actually a really good test. Let me see if I actually did it to your character sheet real quick before I move on. Yes. Okay, so you tried to cook the snake. Your pot's gone.
What?
You attempting to cook the snake, it just ate through as you let it sit there, and it ended up eating through. You didn't get a chance to
Evil
All I got
Webby
is-
with
all
the
I got is my iron.
subscription for 32 months.
Thank you so much, Evil Webby, coming in with the love. We love you. Who's that Evil Webby?
Who is that?
That's my wife.
Oh.
That's
my
his wife.
So yeah, your pot's gone, but as opposed to that, it doesn't seem like it's really affecting your sword as much as, you know, the fire is being affected, and it's actually kind of being burnt off of your sword. As opposed to your pot just got
It
melted
looks like
last night
It looks like
when you
jelly.
tried to cook something else.
It looks like jelly, so
Alright, well, after that test, I'm gonna eat it.
I think you should eat some of the bark, not just some of the ooze.
Oh, you gotta get all the textures in there. That's what
Yeah,
makes
like
it
so
good.
you have to have like both of it, and then see what happens.
Oh,
I'm
man.
just watching.
I'm just watching.
No, my intelligence is not that high, so
Okay.
this is an easy.
Like I said,
window.
So
I'm on
there was
first
this
watch,
piece of
so
oozing,
literally
nasty
just-
looking bark.
I just can't
But
get
as
it.
she got off of it, it still kept, as you peeled it off, it still kept kind of just like getting harder. The texture on the inside is still real soft, cakey, I would say, and the outside of it is starting to get more of a texture. It's not as slimy as it seems to be away from the tree. Mike, you take a bite of this, it's great. It's delicious. It's very sweet. And you find it very satisfying to eat as far as like when it hits your stomach, you actually feel, oh man, like it isn't, maybe it has some protein in it that you don't think of because it's a tree or something, but Oh man, you're very satisfied. It is. You didn't.
So,
You
I
didn't have to cook it.
want to let them know that it's delicious, but almost to the point that I'm so excited about how delicious this is. It sounds like I'm trying to deceive them how delicious.
This is so good. Oh my god, you have to try this, guys.
I just
Tell me,
can't.
you have to. Just like, dude,
The way
you can't fucking
The
fool
way
us.
this played out, though, I'm like, hey, you should try this, and he's like, no, you should try it. It's so
Yo,
delicious.
Bolin.
And then he
then I
goes,
try it.
and he goes, wait, it is delicious. And then like tries it and goes, it really is
It
delicious.
really is delicious, guys. I swear to you.
I'm gonna
Thank
take.
you for coming in with the raid,
Oh,
Bolin. Thank you so
man.
much, Webby. I fucking love you guys.
I think you might have to scroll down on our chat.
I want to take some of the tree stuff and save it for later because I want to see how it affects their stomachs before I eat it.
Right, I'm not in a hurry to eat it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't.
bro,
I want
I
to
am
see if
all
he
about
starts,
this tree
you know,
now.
He's all
spending-
about this tree.
I want to see if he spends
So,
a
we're
nice
gonna spend some
behind
time
We're
it.
all
harvesting.
kind of like harvesting pieces of it for ourselves.
But
just
no
in
one else
case.
wants to eat any until
Okay.
we see how it makes his stomach.
So as you guys are sitting there, and
You're shitting
it's
yourself.
actually going to take you guys a good hour or two to properly harvest it, because as I said, it's only
still
the,
pretty early.
it's kind of
though.
skinny. Like only the outside of it's good, and when you get to it, it seems like there's definitely wood under this tree. Don't have any idea what it is. Speaking of that,
Fungus.
some people come up and they seem to have a lot of what you guys are harvesting in a wheelbarrow, and they kind of come up and they are speaking in a language that.
They only know a couple languages.
Hold on, let me see.
I know quite a few.
I know 3.
Since we have that, what are your 3 languages? You have giant?
I have giant, and then of course I have the rogue, thieves, ant, or whatever, and then I have common.
Okay. Some of y'all actually chose things that are in the real world, because whenever they run into this thing called a beetle bug, they say that there's, I think, either 200 plus or 400 plus. So basically there's a lot of languages in the Hunter world. So I decided the only way to make it easy for me on that is to add things such as Japanese, Spanish. Things like that will exist somewhere in the world, as well as the common language known as the Hunter language that they didn't really give a name other than the Hunter language. So they come up actually speaking Spanish, which I see Alice knows. You know Japanese, Thorfin?
I know Japanese too.
Oh, and you know Japanese as well. So you actually hear that they're actually saying, oh, we didn't realize that other people were here. Yeah, we're from a small camp. We're here harvesting it. This is kind of our main, like, we don't live here. How long have you guys been doing this? This is kind of our main island. This is what our island next door is made for. We make juices out of this, and no one knows where.
Okay, I'm gonna ask him if they've been doing this for a while.
Yeah, it's pretty much been my mother's mother and my mother's mother's mother has to come here. It's kind of dangerous because it's a Kantamatodo Island, which you recognize as being the Tainted Island. Is what it's,
Okay,
so a lot of things are dangerous here, but this is very.
So you don't live here.
No. We're gonna. I think maybe we last load and we're gonna get out of here.
We were dropped from a plane. How did you guys?
We came from a boat. We're not even a full day, and we'll be back at our island.
Can we go with you?
Of course you can.
Do we want to leave the
If
island?
we want to. I mean, but
I
it's.
was about to say, is our Hunter exam to survive and get off the island, then this is our chance, but if we're supposed to look for something.
Yeah.
He gives you coordinates
Is
to
there
their
anything-
camp, and he says that it won't be until tomorrow, but you
Do
guys
you know
can meet
of
them
any
there.
like structures?
No structures.
Can you make a medicine out of this stuff that you're
He said
harvesting?
just eat it. Like a
No, it is a sweet drink where they come from, and some people eat it right off the tree, but they've made drinks out of it, and it is highly addictive to anyone that comes across it.
Oh, God.
Oh, so he's gonna be wanting some of this later. He's gonna be, like itching for it, like.
So as they're leaving,
So you don't hear any of
Wait
this
a
stuff
second.
'cause you don't speak
Can't-
the language though, so you don't know.
Oh yeah, I don't.
that's true.
But
She has to
I'm gonna
translate.
go ahead and just I'm like in your in our common language I'm gonna be like, hey, good news, bad news. You're not gonna die. Good news. You're like that is definitely going to make you feel
That's the
good.
good news.
But you may develop a slight addiction and you may go through withdrawal.
Can I ask what island they're from? Where they're from?
Kukumaraku.
Kantamatoto, I'm saying that wrong now.
Is the one we're
Is the
on?
island that you guys are on.
Where are they from?
Kukumanchu.
Where are you guys?
The Philippines.
The Philippines. The Philippines.
I said it.
That's nowhere near
Move
me.
on.
That's
All
nowhere
right. Oh my god.
The Philippines.
Okay. But check it
Last
out.
question. Last question for these guys.
What?
How much can you make off of your sweet drink?
You want to know about profit? Or
I'm
quantity?
carrying some of this stuff with me. If I can
You're
sell
probably
it later.
gonna eat it all because you're addicted. You're not gonna get rid of it.
I'm fine.
That's
This
what
dude's
all
gonna be
addicts
carrying,
say.
dragging tree parts around.
Just
with
letting you
him.
know, I could drag 1,000 pounds, so I'll be all right for a while.
They say it's quite a process, but you can get like 1,000 bottles from a tree if you got the right
This is their
machines.
Cool.
their
Nice.
livelihood, though.
Cool.
I don't want to
I wanna-
fuck with these people's
I
livelihood.
want to exchange information to try to make this a lucrative venture
I'm
later on.
hungry.
They say
No,
they
why
really
do
got to
we
get
need
back
some?
and that they got to
Why?
find themselves another tree before nighttime, so they're
Yeah.
going to actually get going.
Alright.
Gave you the coordinates.
We're
Can't
out.
chat. They're working. They're sweaty.
Yeah.
They don't
I
got
tried
a
to
big
get too
guy
much.
cutting all the woods down for them. Oh wait, Alice is doing all the cutting of the woods in the
Yeah.
front of the pack. I totally forgot.
Saving my
Um,
strength
that's
for all
not
the
on
stuff
me.
I gotta carry.
So-
I didn't put her up there. He did.
no, I just said I didn't want to be up front.
So like,
yeah.
there's this guy as the people are walking away that just kind of pops up. Hey hunters. How you guys How you guys doing? Seems like you guys actually found the secret to finding the next level to the exam. You found this tree, one of the only things possible to eat here. I thought for sure everyone was gonna die. Follow me. He starts walking without you.
Okay.
He's up front.
Yeah, he's up front.
All right.
He's
Follow
leading
him.
you to a spot. Mike's like, as long as he's up front, as long as I don't gotta chop trees down, man. Oh, my arms get, dude. These arms may look strong, but
They're not.
it takes a lot of energy to swing, and I'm hungry, and I had some sweet stuff. I just want more of it. I don't understand. No, it's supposed to be real good for you. It's just highly addictive, as though like any sugar substance is addictive.
Hey,
Um,
sugar's addictive?
No, sugar's fine. You're great. So as he's leading you, you kind of hear him mumbling, just like, "Oh wow, oh okay, so you guys came from the Yorbia continent. That's actually really strange." Hey Haas, coming in with the follow. Thank you so much. Ryder is my favorite. So
No!
Hey. So he's like, so far everyone kind of took bets that you guys weren't going to make it. The guy that's supposed to drive you here, you know, there's a boat to get here, several boats to get here, a couple of planes. But the guy's plane that they gave you, I thought several years ago they said they were never going to let him take exam eats. But
I wonder why.
everyone
Yeah.
thought, like, he accidentally killed a lot of people before.
That explains a
and
lot.
I
He
thought,
killed a lot of people this time too.
I thought they said that, man,
I thought they were
everyone
unconscious.
maybe even
When did
thought
they
that
die?
there was some
No,
sort of...
they're dead.
Just wanted to let you guys be
Well, we
warned.
don't
If
know
you
what
think
happens
someone
when
has a
walking
grudge
out.
against you, that
He said it.
as far as getting into the hunter exams, then it's... I just don't understand. Maybe they already stopped the person they wanted to, but it seems like they didn't want someone from y'all's area to get here. Because everyone that was coming from certain areas was coming through a different transportation. So there's a lot of people waiting for you. You're one of the last people to show up. But everyone's even did not expect anyone to show up from y'all's area because it seemed like a guaranteed death trap with who was examining you. I don't know if he said anything about it before, but he has killed people
He was a
before.
little intense.
Yeah, he did
I mean,
seem...
he was flying the ship. Is he alive? Like, did he survive?
I'm sure he survived. He's actually bailed on several people to make sure he's the only one that survived in certain things.
He was
Well,
counting
where they
down though.
need
Is
to
he on
be.
this island with us? Like, how did he? Like,
Who knows? You guys, if you guys remember right, some of you guys did do good enough, everyone but Jack, that you could have looked over and saw that several engines were blowing
yeah.
and that there was
But he
smoke
was, like-
everywhere, but he was still
on the intercom
He
telling
was still
us,
holding
and
it.
he was like telling us, "Oh, you have this much time, you have this much time."
Oh,
Even this
that's
much
for the
time,
island.
if you didn't jump out in time, you would have never made it with your parachute.
Yeah,
Right.
he would have
landed
He
in
would
the
have
ocean.
made
What
it
he
past
meant.
the
But what I
island.
mean, like, but that's what I mean though, is that he was still on the plane.
Yeah, you saw that the
at
plane was
point.
still going, no matter how smoky it was. It was still pushing through.
He ain't gonna kill himself.
I don't know. Sounds a little crazy. He might.
But either way, it's kind of a hint where it seems like he thinks that what he thought
What did
what
you
he
do
thought
to
from
make
this
someone not want you there?
what he thought from this interaction is that he thought that someone was, whether it was someone that was already stopped, Mr. Nail File picking guy looking cool, or someone else, he was pretty sure that someone was trying to stop you guys from someone from that area to get here, because there was no reason this dude should have brought people.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, you guys just might want to watch out for your backs. But welcome to the first step. I'm about to take you. As he's talking, you guys start making your way towards a kind of like, you guys been out to, what's the spring where it's really clear beside the dirty water? And people go diving in it all the time.
Royal Springs. Ishtuck.
Like any
Little
of those
river?
clear waters where they're able to go straight into the cave. And he's like, alright, it should be right past here. Follow me. And you see him just, and he just goes into the cave and starts swimming, and you see him kind of start flipping away.
So when he's gone, I'm gonna look at them and be like, I know something, and then I follow him.
Oh.
No, I don't want to follow him.
So, no, I just meant as far as like, she went
Yeah,
ahead.
what do you
That's the
think?
first any sort of backstory. Like,
I-
she says she may know something as far as like, oh.
I'm wondering who they don't.
Yeah, I'm
want
gonna
at
follow
the
because I'm
test.
gonna dip out and make sure like they can ask questions. And I'm sure they're gonna follow.
Well, this guy speaks English, right? Or speaks Common?
This
Or-
guy speaks Hunter, the
Whatever.
common Hunter language. You can't speak back to him. He was kind of just taking the conversation and just amazed of who he found, and who he realized who he was trailing, because he's been trailing you guys the entire time, and that's why he was just waiting for those guys to leave and didn't want you to leave with him. So he kind of, you guys did it. You
Maybe we
you
should
basically-
follow this guy.
The first step was surviving, and the way of surviving is that you needed to find any sort of food, or before you starved, basically. Which, other than this tree, was the crocodile, which is.
I
It was
wanted
a
to fight
step
him.
down from what would have been at level 1 as considered a deadly fight. That was a step down from that. It would have been still considered been a hard fight where it's like someone can most likely die from this out of the 3. So you guys didn't do that was part of the roll, and you guys didn't run into that. I even put it in front of you to follow tracks, and I thought you guys were about to do it, but that was the only other way to pass this exam, is you needed to survive and eat something from here.
I'm gonna ask him if he's been making a map still this entire time.
Oh yeah, always.
Yes, he can, as a free time, as he's traveling, especially since he's not up front, he is constantly making a map the entire time.
So I guess
Cool,
we're
'cause I want-
following
He has
follow
parchment
this
and
guy.
quill,
I don't
'cause
want
I'm
him to get out
addicted.
of sight too far.
I love me some.
You wanna
maps.
follow him?
Oh my hip.
The guy that dove water, you said to follow him, right?
Yes,
Yeah, I
I'm
can't
sorry,
make
I thought you were
that power
pointing at Thorfin.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, no, you're not pointing. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you had your finger out. I want to follow this guy.
I
Okay,
was
so yeah,
following
she's
you.
already
This is gonna be a
gone,
big
Yeah.
circle.
and then you behind, and then Mike.
I'm just gonna gather
Can
a
you-
little more of that stuff and follow him.
Mike's
You-
addiction gets to him, and he decides that
And he
he
gets lost.
gets as much of that stuff as he can.
I only grabbed
And
a little bit.
It was
Oh.
only from one direction. It was only during one talk, so it was like, ooh, you had to run 5 minutes this way because you remembered where the last one was.
It's alright, I'll dash. I'll get there and back quick.
And you can kind
I
of
can dou-
find
I
your
can double
stuff back.
dash.
Go ahead and roll a random encounter for me, just for the hell of it.
All by himself, trying to get some fucking.
A 1.
Wow, he's gonna fight a gator.
Oh, no,
20's
he's by
actually a gator.
himself.
20's actually a gator.
I think 1 through 4 is nothing. That's what I thought. Or I'm hoping. Because she said, oh, 1
yeah,
through 3.
it's
Because we rolled a 4 and it was something else. It was a snake.
you run into those people. It would have been you
I need a
running
5,
into those
I need a
people.
6.
So I run into the people again.
You would have ran into them beforehand
Oh.
if before this random encounter that I
But they
pushed.
left.
But you ended up running into them that way, and you just kind of see them again as you're going towards it.
Steal their fucking barrel.
Give me that! Oh, dude, if you're addicted enough, Jesus, I want the whole wheelbarrow.
How much?
this
How much does it
addictive
weigh? I'm pulling it.
Okay, so just to recap, because I see that we do got a lot more people here than whenever we just started.
Woo.
This is everything that's happened so far. We have our monk and 2 rogues. I'll go ahead and put that out there. If you guys are hiding what you are, DM's putting it out there. Monk and 2 rogues are out there, and They are all wanting to get into the hunter exams for their own reason. They all have their own backstory that they've only given very little of so far. And they all had to meet at this silo. They got there first, and they actually tried to get into the silo, and they told them no. And once all the rest of the hunter examinees got there, they allowed them to get into the silo. There was a huge buffet. Thorfin was the only one that had himself a little bit of ale, and it ended up being laced. Charlemander, I'll add this to her inventory later. She still has some food, but it's laced with whatever they gave Thorfin in his drink.
They tried to roofie me.
They strapped everybody that was in the silo. It ended up being a real crazy, busted up plane that was not meant to fly, but they were flying it. And they ended up having to do a lot of Constitution saving throws. All of them ended up getting sick and dizzy, making it a little bit harder for them to leave. Ryder was strong enough just to drag Alice to the parachutes and to the hole where they needed to jump out. And they had a parachute down after a whole bunch of craziness and doing bad Constitution saving throws. They all jumped out together. Ryder was the first one to get himself right. Alice was the second. Thorfin was flailing around for a bit, but before he let his backpack go off of him, which would have been the next roll and someone would have had to save him, which would have been a terrible way to die at the beginning of this fucking campaign, he finally got above a fucking 10 and was able to just pull the goddamn chute and get safely to the beach. They got to the beach, and this was supposed to be somewhere the hunter exam was, and they saw that their rations were gone. Everyone's rations were gone, and they got given potions that gave them HP and they could heal with, but it just made them more hungry. So if hunger is how they were getting hurt and dying, the potion could possibly kill them. So it kind of has its, they might be able to use it later if they don't want to use it now. So here we are. We finally found a tree that's edible, which they were doing checks the entire time. I believe it was Thorfin. Was it you or was it Ryder? One of you, while we were on the beach, did a check and was looking at the wood.
We both did a check on food on the trees.
If you guys kind of kept doing that every time, you would have done what Alice ended up doing. But it just wasn't where the tree was at the time. If you guys kind of kept checking and kept looking, you might have. If you guys were specifically saying, "I wanted to look at the trees," which is what you guys said at first, I was like, "Dude, if they're gonna do this, like once they walk in there, they're gonna find these trees." But you kind of were like, "Oh, I want to check the bugs. I want to check this." I'm like, "All right, they're kind of laying off." And she finally said she wanted to check the plant life again. And I was like, "Here we go." They finally found it while they're in the woods. If you guys did what you did at the beginning, just a couple steps in, it would have ended pretty quick as far as that.
We would have just ran across the boat.
So you found what you needed to. Ryder's addicted to it. Did anybody else at least eat?
I haven't tried it. I stashed
whenever they said that it was good, I was cool with.
You went ahead and ate some, and you're kind of just holding
Like
it out right now.
He was packing it. He was holding it because he knows I'm going to steal it.
So when they finally ate
some
someone from the hunter, someone from the
sell it
hunter
to you.
exams finally popped up and said, "Hey, you guys were able to survive. You found one of the two things, it being either this tree or fighting crocodiles, which is very, very dangerous for level 1s. It would have been 2 crocodiles, which very fucking dangerous.
And I would have tried to nature check
for level 1,
and I probably would have failed.
And they ended up not having to worry about that. They found the tree, so they're like, "Look, you were able to survive on the Tainted Island," is what it's named for. And so we're going to lead you to the next spot. They're being led, and there's this ominous story being told where it seems like someone was trying to kill someone from the area they started the hunter exams. That the whole plane and they did see somebody die and fall out of the plane. It was a sure fall to their death, unless there's something that happened that they didn't know about. From the craziness that this dude is known for, it seems he definitely let that guy die.
I don't know.
So,
there was one guy that flew off.
Yeah, I gave you the option to save him. I was like, "Oh, the wall just fell through." And
Dude,
someone
I had
fell.
rope. I could have tossed it.
No, you were
could've
attached to your chair.
You still would have had to at least break one manacle somehow,
I would.
and then throw the rope, which is totally doable. But everyone decided just to hold on for dear life instead of worry about the guy. So someone died even on this way.
Nameless.
I was
Showing-
too dizzy. I couldn't do anything.
Showing that maybe this dude's right, that someone was trying to get stopped to come to this hunter exam. So they come to this nice oasis-like area. There's a cave where they're following this guy into the actual place where they're going to take their first part of the hunter exam. And they go into it. You finally all pop out on the other end of the water. We're not going to worry about it. Takes a lot for you to drown. So even if you kind of failed and we're like, it takes like a while for you to drown in
But
D&D.
before we like dove in, I told them that I made them.
Yes, Charlotte gave away that she thinks she knows something. Alice, the character, thinks that she knows what's going on and why people would want to do something from someone from their area. She
And
thinks
I
she knows
jumped in
something at
after.
least. And then she jumped right in, kind of being cryptic and making them follow. And when you pop out, the person was waiting for you, and you see that there is tons of examinees already waiting there. Some looking very smug, and even one of the other people that were the people like leading people were like, "Oh, so they're finally here. The last group is finally here, so we can begin soon." And you see that it's just a huge cave-like area, and it opens up, and that there's this giant curtain hiding something, as though they're about to present something.
I don't know what they're.
I don't see the fingernail guy here, do I? Just want to make sure.
Oh no!
No,
No one
they're
from y'all's
our
plane
crew.
made it off the plane.
I just wanted to be sure. I still have a
No
grudge
guy.
of that guy, the way he
Yeah,
treated
dude
me.
that tossed you out of the way at the beginning and called you dumb, you will not get another chance for revenge.
What about Window Dude? Is he here?
Window dude.
The guy that flew out, I
The
guess.
guy that flew out.
The guy that flew out did not. There's no one that you recognize from the people that came from your area. You are the only three that came from your
All
area.
So I
You
look
see a
at them
couple of
real
different
sus
characters.
because one of them might be the reason why our plane almost died.
Like there's this guy almost
I
in
feel
like
the same way
robes
about
and
you.
like a mixture between robes and almost like a gangster-like outfit, but he's wearing a mask so you can't tell what he looks like. There's a dude carrying a huge cloud-like sword. Another guy that's just like all buff, but you know, just wearing a sash around him, kind of monk-like, but just standing all strong. But tons of different characters. One in particular that comes out is that there's these two people, kind of sharp teeth looking. One has red hair, one has blue hair, and they're very big, like they're huge guys.
Oh my goodness.
And they've made it here too, and they're the only ones that kind of give off, I would say, a presence as opposed to the masked dude. And then there's kind of a lot of people that look like, oh man, I can see why they got here, but they really aren't giving off that presence that those others.
Any of them that I can look at eye to eye?
There is one other Goliath there. There is one
Sorry.
other Goliath there. He's bald and has his tattoos, but he doesn't seem to react to anything. He's just standing and waiting, being very soldier statue. Yes.
All right.
And before we actually start this next one, you guys did it. This is the first part, the first episode of HunterXHunter
High five.
D&D. There was a couple of things that would have made it a bit more dangerous as far as the crocodile. And if you guys got bit at all by any of the many poisonous snakes, you would have found yourself in the corner the first time you tried to sleep at night, trying to figure out the poison by yourselves. But you guys were so fucking lucky. Nothing bit you. And
our
then there was a couple of
constitution
ones where they got
says
stuck on your fucking clothes. They were just useless snakes. Nope, the crocodile, well, I'm glad we didn't do that, because I wouldn't have wanted one of y'all to die. So I'm glad we didn't do the crocodile. We figured out the tree.
That's the end of Ryder.
And this is the
By a
end
crocodile.
of episode 1. We're only going to try to do 2.5 to 3 hours so I can actually edit these and put these on YouTube. I'm making a new YouTube channel just for these. And they will be every Thursday starting at 3:30. Us will be going for 2 to 3 hours max. Try to make it so I'm not going